Hello, welcome to Game Day Live for week 18 of the 2022 season. I'm Steve. I will be joined by everyone else, actually. Everyone's available this week, just at differing times. I've just come straight from practice, so a few minutes late getting started. Oz is on his way. No one's watching anyway, so we're all good. Let me just have a quick look through. You can see this the results. The scores coming through at the bottom there. I don't think there's been any scores just yet. We've also got, and I'll probably reiterate this when everyone else joins, but we've also got the Shamrock Bowl being played today. I think that's a 3 o'clock kickoff. And there's obviously the big game, GB Women's in the World Final against Team USA. Now that game is, I think it's a 5:30 kickoff or 5:30 coverage start, but we'll make sure we post about that. Yeah. Oh, here's Oz. We're live already. Oh, we've got a score in already, which is 6-0 to the Cats. Here's Andy for letting us know.
Well, I didn't expect to be brought in straight away because I've got no sound.
Well, you have got sound. I can hear you. Let me kick Oz out. Somebody sorts himself out. So we've got 6-0 with the Cats already. So that's our first score. The Cats. Who are the Cats playing? I should know this. Hello, mate. Who are the Cats playing today?
It's a big one, as far as I know.
I was about to say Blitz. The Blitz. That's right.
Yeah, Blitz B.
So it's Cats 6, Blitz 0. In very early. So I'm just reading their tweets actually. So Cats received the ball, so they scored on the opening drive. Tyreek runs the ball to the Blitz 45-yard line, so we got over halfway. QB Mark Ribbit passes to Biso Mapofu. I'm most likely pronouncing that wrong, and I do apologise, but I'll
butchered it. Absolutely butchered it.
45-yard touchdown. So it was. I don't know if it was the first play, but they certainly went the full 45 from where the kickoff was returned to. That was no good. The Blitz have started their drive on their own 28-yard line. So Cats looking good in the early stages here.
You'd assume that they would sort of handily deal with the Blitz, seeing as they're top of the table right now, and the Blitz are,
they're mid-table, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're mid-table. Sorry, I'm still trying to get my setup all sorted.
Sure, mate. You can drop back if you need to.
No, because then I can't see myself properly. I'm on the little screen.
I can handle it.
That's all right.
So they just said that the Blitz were forced to punt on their first set of drives. So I don't know if it was a 3-and-out, but certainly a punt. Flag on the play, running into the kicker, 5-yard penalty. Cats ball on their own 35. So Cats got a penalty running into the kicker, but it was only the 5-yard, which is running in, whereas roughing the kicker, 15 automatic first down. So
this is a big game for the Cats because currently they've got a game in hand. They're top of the table. They're leading their division. The Stallions and the Hornets are both at 7-3. The Cats are at 7-2. So the Cats win this, they lock first. Like that's it. They've locked top of their. They are through as top. If they lose it, they drop back in. They're tied with the Stallions. They're tied with the Hornets, and tiebreakers start coming.
Mate, I bet there's some echo in. Sorry, hold on. I just realised you're on the. I've got you on the wrong thing.
Oh no! I haven't done my hair this morning either. I got up. I've gone about my day, and then I've realised I'm just looking like a scrub. So it is what it is.
Right, that should be sorted. Sorry if anyone heard an echo for a bit. Right, let me just capture the
yeah, so if the Cats win, they host Rushmore in the playoffs. I believe that's yes. So Hertfordshire. So it must have been Hertfordshire must have had the head-to-head on Rush because they dropped the game.
They did. There was 1 point. It was a 1 point differential over the two games. They split the result.
Oh right, okay. So is it to do with so is first tiebreaker head-to-head record?
Yeah, differential. No, not record. Head-to-head points differential.
Right. Okay.
So it doesn't
But
matter who won or lost or anything, although they're synonymous, right? If you beat a team twice, you've got a better differential. But the difference between those results.
so head-to-head points differential is the first tiebreaker. Right. Okay.
Correct.
Interesting.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yeah. I did a post about the tiebreakers actually.
I don't read any of your posts.
No, but what I'm saying is we could bring it up and discuss it.
Right. Okay, that would be good. Yeah.
Let me just capture these scores because we got one for the Mavs. They've gone 6-0 up over the Southeast Squadron early doors, and then there was another score, wasn't there, that just came in 7-0 to the Knights at the Storm. So that would be the Northants Knights actually playing a game for once.
Well, don't make it out like it's not them. Like it's the Northants Knights getting to play a game.
Yeah. Sorry, I wanted that slightly wrong then. I didn't. Yeah, I mean they're the good guys in this.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, come on, Apache. Sorry, I know. I don't care if I'm biased. I play for Bristol Aztecs. I want the Apache to win. Quality 7-0 pick 6 from their own red zone. Get in.
They're missing Somerset, aren't they?
That's a game, but I've obviously had to do this. So
that's a top of the table clash for them as well.
Yeah, whoever wins that game gets home field advantage in the playoffs. It's a big game for both teams. Now, obviously, it's just an early score. It's a pick 6, so they can be a bit freakish. So that
is that right? Whoever wins that, because Bristol's undefeated at the moment. They've played each other once before, and Bristol won the game.
That's what people were saying today at training. So I would imagine so. Depends on, I suppose, if we're looking at points differential. If we go to head-to-head points differential, I'm not sure what the we need to have a look at the leagues. Let's have a look at the leagues and we'll figure it out. So what else was there? So 7-0 to the Apache so far. Let me just put that one in. The Wyverns turned up like 3.5 hours early to the game. They were just watching us training. It was mental.
It was good though. I mean,
Bristol won. So Bristol won at Taunton 18-14. So if the records are right, if that was the only loss that Somerset suffered,
it is.
Then
it is the only loss.
If Somerset win by 5 points or more, then they
then they get home field advantage. Yeah. So that was why I was a little bit curious as the fact you were saying if they win, they get home field advantage. Yeah. I was like, surely the first encounter comes into it.
Like, yeah, it does.
Right. Okay. Cool. But so does that mean Div 2 is having an 18 playoff?
No, because Div 2 is split north-south. So straight to semi-finals for North, straight to semi-finals for South. From what I gather.
No, but Div 2 has Div 2 has 4 divisions in the SFC. There's 4
and the winners of each one go through to a semi-final playoff.
Yeah, so that means if Somerset win, it's not home field advantage.
It's not home field. It's they're out.
They're out.
I think. Well, I don't know. I don't want to be quoted on that because this is what people were saying today. But yeah, that contradicts what I was told last week. I think about only the top teams get through. I'm not going to be drawn on it, so I'm not sure. I just know the tiebreakers.
There's four Div 2 South divisions. So unless they're having an 18 playoff.
Yeah, which I don't think they are, mate. I think it is top goes through. So
So this is almost winner go like winner plays like it's the old pool table rules. Winner stays on.
Yeah. Nathan's just confirmed top team in each division is in the playoffs. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So it's not a case of winner gets home field advantage. Well, I suppose they would get home field advantage maybe if that's depending on what the fixtures look like.
Well, but the thing is, every other team
drops out.
Yeah, but the other thing is, like, assuming results, every other team are undefeated in Div 2. Like, top of the division are all undefeated. The Northants are undefeated. East Essex are currently undefeated. Norwich are currently undefeated. And Bristol's currently undefeated.
So if Somerset win, they don't get home field advantage, but Bristol would if they won. Depending on the results today, I suppose, if there's another game to be played for those top teams.
Well, that's the thing. It's I believe that all three of them, all the other teams are playing today. So Northants are playing Swindon, East Essex have got Berkshire, and Norwich are playing Ipswich.
Right.
So all four of the Div 2 top teams are playing today.
Wow.
Well, congrats on your top of the division, Russ.
Hey.
Well done. Taking out the that is a tough division too. Like I'm looking at that. Like Hertfordshire, Hertfordshire, Rushmore, Bournemouth. 8 wins, 7 wins. Like South Wales, Oxford, Portsmouth, whatever. But yeah, like the top 3, Hertfordshire, Rushmore, Bournemouth, definitely all balled out. So it's a great thing to pull out as division winner. So Bristol win, they're at home. Somerset win, they're on the road.
Somerset win by 5 or more. If Somerset win by 4 or less, then Bristol are through.
What happens if they tie? Yeah, what happens if what's the second tiebreaker?
The tiebreaker.
Where's your point? Where's your post? Where's your post? Yeah. We're gonna need it.
Mate, the tiebreakers are really funny, and there's some points brought up about them. Because people are like, what do you mean? It doesn't matter what how many points we score or the points differential. And no, that was changed years back, in recent memory, years back, like the last 5 years, because BAFA wanted to stop teams running up scores on other teams. Not that that's happened, but so they changed it to like points conceded. Hold on, give me a sec. Where is it? We post so much content, I have to really scroll down again. So I don't know. This is an interesting one, Ryan. I heard murmurs that Crew were had pulled out of everything, but they just hadn't made an announcement about it, and that was like a few weeks back. So they basically forfeited their last 2 games. I haven't seen anything. I was looking throughout the week. I haven't got anything official, so I don't know. Is the answer to that? We'll see. Right. Let me just.
It's a good game of the week that they've picked, though. The Breens. Sorry, with it being they've picked the Apache. They picked Apache Somerset.
Oh right, yeah, that's decent.
Yeah.
Right, let me just get this.
Presidents. Didn't see that they'd folded.
Oh, they folded.
Well, the game, but I'm assuming they've said that they forfeited the game as they don't have enough players.
They're just a joke, mate. They've been limping along for like 7 or 8 years now since Jeff Rutter started resurrected them, and they just need to give up. 13-0 to the Cats. Wow. Sounds like they're going to go. Excuse me. Sounds like they're going to go on a bit of a rampage. Right, so this is the tiebreaker rules. I've just got.
Okay, I was going to say I can't find your post. Oh, actually, I scrolled straight past it. So heads points differential during the season. Lowest average points conceded in games played.
Yes, so excludes walkovers.
Fewest players ejected. What?
Yeah, really strange because they just wanted to try and make competition fair. So fewest players ejected is about playing fair, right? Not lowest points conceded is about making sure that teams aren't incentivized by running up the score in games, and then away record, and then the last one's a coin toss.
That's fucking ridiculous, mate. That's outrageous.
So tiebreakers are handled by head-to-head points differential during the season, then lowest average points conceded
in games played.
Played. I don't know that you'll get past that, but if you did, then they look at the best away record or best record in away games. Fewest players
the top 3 makes sense to me. They're a little bit out there. Like they're not your bog standard, but they make sense. I get it.
But people are constantly confusing this with like the Bucks ones and or the NFL or whatever. But this is how
4 and 5. 4 and 5. I'm like, what? So I understand. So for NFL, it goes regular season record is your first tiebreaker, and then It's conference record.
Yeah.
Then it's division record, then conference record.
Right.
And then it starts getting into points and stuff like that. So
yeah, like performance. Like, I mean, that is a performance stat, the number 2, but it's it's defense, isn't it? Not conceding points.
Yeah,
it's just shutting teams out.
So it's definitely interesting.
Mm.
So, but with that, I can't be asked working out who gets what playoff seeding, because that's just tiebreakers. That's not seeding.
There's no point. Well, it's like there was one division, the Cats division. If they lost the game today, there would have been 3 teams on 7 and 3. If they lose the game today,
if they lose to the Blitz,
do you do that? Like, I just and that's why us as people that are covering it, we sort of tend to wait until we know what's going to happen before we do posts about it. Because as soon as you start speculating on potential playoff, unless they're very straightforward, but
I'm going to cut in on you for a second, because everything that's just happened is Bombers turn over the ball on the first drive. Alpha's now on the Bombers 20, but now 1st and 30 after multiple flags. 1st and 30 then goes to 3rd and 27. 3rd and 27 becomes a touchdown. Kick is good.
So the Alphas are 7.
the Alphas are 7-0 up after being 1st and 30 to 3rd and 27 to touchdown.
Quality. That's got to kill you if you're the Bombers. That's a
So Russ has just mentioned if the Cats lose, they're guaranteed number 2. So I'm assuming that they would come in. They would come in above the Stallions, but below the Hornets. Would be my assumption.
Okay, cool. Right. If there's any other, I don't know what.
But they're not gonna want that, because then they have to play Hertfordshire.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They would. They'd have to play Hertfordshire.
Yeah, we need to do like the. Oh shit!
Who would you based on and Russ is going to be biased, so I'm not going to ask him. If you're Cambridge right now, because sometimes it's a little bit of fucking strategy, isn't it, when you're looking at playoff seeding and shit. Did you ever as a player go into a game and go, you know what, it might be better if we lose this game?
No, never.
Never any games on shit.
No, but if you think about this season, for example, with the Aztecs, we were playing the Warriors twice, and then but both of those games, we could have lost and still made the playoffs, and so. Also thinking that we may, if we got through to the final, we're most likely to see them in the final. So why show them anything? Why try? Not necessarily not try. You want to try as a player, but tactically, why
pull out your best plays?
Yeah, let's wait, because if the objective is to win the Brit Bowl, then those games don't actually matter.
But I get that. I get that, but then
that was what I was. I remember I was speaking to a couple of players about it. I was like, these games don't ultimately matter.
Yes and no, but yes and no. Because of the rascal Brit Ball tiebreakers, those games do matter. Because if you get blown out by, so that's the thing. If everybody's losing to the Warriors, right? You're all 0-2. Beginning of the season, you're all 0-2. You're all losing to the Warriors.
Yeah.
So the lowest average points conceded in games played, those games against the Warriors matter.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be running up the score against everybody. So you've got to make sure that.
But that's a different thing.
But you're not making. You're not
or trying to reduce from scoring. Those are 2 different things.
I get that, but at the same time, it's none of it is a get. I'm not talking about when you're. I'm talking about when you've already made playoffs. I'm not talking about when you're looking at the 1 and 2, when you're 1 and 2, 1 and 3, or 2 and 1 or something, and you're like, oh well, we can afford to lose this because then we just beat this guy, because I'm talking because there's a lot of ifs in that scenario where you may miss the playoffs because you get a few injuries, your quarterback goes down, this all happens. I'm talking about more strategic gamesmanship when you are choosing your opponent for your playoff matchup.
Right.
Yeah, so there we go. So Russ has mentioned that they want to win because they want the home field advantage.
It's funny that because in the years that whenever I think back to when I've won been in a position where we're in the playoffs or certainly won a championship. No, I just thought, well, we've got to fucking beat them all, so let's just whatever. The year that you and I won the championship, did we care about who we faced?
We did care. We cared about the only games we ever really cared, and this is so arrogant. And I apologize to anybody that we played against in that run. The only team we cared about was Solent. That whole season. We
beat them twice in this season.
No, we tied. Yeah, so we beat them in the final and we beat them once in the regular season. We tied with them opening game. We tied 33 all.
Right. Yeah.
So the only team that we cared about that entire season was Solent because they had drilled you guys before I joined. They drilled you guys the season before, and Merseyside had drilled you the season before as well in the playoffs. And that was all anybody ever talked about. The fact you got slapped 40. You lost by you scored 40 and still lost.
Conceded 60.
And that was all anybody ever talked about. The fact that your offense scored 40 and you still lost. But then Solent was the team that I had no pre-rivalries myself. I didn't care. I'd literally just stepped off the fucking plane about 3 months beforehand. I didn't even know what the Solent was. I didn't know about Portsmouth versus Southampton. I didn't know about it. And obviously it's completely different because we were Farnham anyway. I didn't know about the Hampshire, what the fuck's, Surrey. It's Surrey. Farnham's in Surrey. I didn't know about any rivalries or anything like that. I was just there to play football. And then all anybody talked about was week one. We get Solent week one. And then throughout the season, all anybody talked about was, right, Solent. We play them again in week 8 or whatever it was. And then especially in the end of the season when after we'd lost to Birmingham.
Yeah, don't fucking stupid.
Oh, mate, unreal. After we lost to Birmingham, and then sort of the back end of that season where we just blew the doors off everybody. And no offense for us, but we kicked the shit out of your guys by about 50.
Mate, we were so confident.
Yeah, so we did. We did Hertfordshire, we did Cambridgeshire, we had Colchester. We literally blew the doors off everybody.
Yeah,
and everybody, all anyone was talking about, didn't matter semi-finals or anything like that. It was we want Solent in the final. We're going to get Solent in the final. We want Solent in the final. So it was a little bit different because we knew that to win the title, we were going to have to go through Solent. We'd beaten them once. We'd drawn with them once. We knew we had to beat them again if we were going to win it. It was a little bit different because back home when I've played rugby, we have strategic. I can admit this. We had games where we would win by a certain amount, because it would gain you bonus points or deny bonus points to other teams. And we had games that we lost by certain amounts because it eliminated. So I remember in 2007, we deliberately lost one game because it knocked one of our strongest opponents who had injuries all through the season and was getting all their players back as we were coming through to the finals run. And they were literally on a run, but they needed other results to fall their way to make playoffs. And one of those results is we needed to win our last game. And we lost it. And it was a very winnable game. And we lost it and knocked them out of playoffs. And we won the championship because we knew we didn't have to go through them. And we didn't know, we played them once at the beginning of the season when they were full strength and we'd beaten them by 3, but we'd lost the 2 seasons beforehand, every encounter. So we weren't sure. We were this could go either way. This is a coin flip. And we controlled our own destiny. I wouldn't say we threw. Well, we did. We threw the game. We deliberately lost, and it removed them from making playoffs. They lost their shit because the team that we beat was the team that we lost to. The last time we played them, we beat them by about 30. So there was no way that we should have lost.
Yeah,
we lost by 3 or something. So we still got the bonus point for finishing within 7. And they appealed and everything like that, and nothing came of it. But they were fuming, and we had sat down as a team on the Thursday training before the Saturday game, and the coaches went, look, we think this gives us the best shot to win the title. I'm going to ask you guys to go out there. I'm going to ask you to play hard, but we're going to try to lose this game. And that's the weirdest conversation I've ever had as a player, where my coach has gone, we want to lose. Yeah, and then you look at it and you're like, what? And you're like, we want to lose because we can win if we lose.
Yeah, wow.
And there was some guys that sat the game out. They refused to do it. They're like, I'm not losing intentionally.
Yeah.
And then There was a couple other guys that were fucking loved it. They were like, let's go out there and let's just like it was. We played stupid rugby, is what we did. We went out and we were really loose with the ball, and you know we were trying to like run it out of our own goal line, and like you take the territory out of the equation and things like that, and you're doing chip and chases inside your own 22, and it's just like it was. Oh mate, it was retarded. It was so retarded. But it was the best chance that we had. So. Now, obviously, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Me looking at the Cats and the Blitz, because the Cats, when they, like Russ mentioned, Cats when they get home field advantage.
Yeah,
you always want home field advantage.
Yeah, well, I think so. Like, if I look at Bristol this season, we just we want to win every game, right? Like, we want to win, and yeah, there's a pantomime that's played out outside of that. But like, I also think that all that it does is change the amount of pressure that's on you, right? So, for example,
if you deliberately lose a game and then you come down like to change your results or to change your future, and then you lose anyway,
yeah, or there's like a so the second time we played the Warriors, if we'd have beat them by 15 points or more, and then won every other game, we would have been number one in the South, right?
Right.
So in that game, we were like obviously trying hard, like it didn't happen. We lost to the Warriors, but and then we had a couple more games left. One of those was the Blitz away, and we lost that by 2 points. Now, I genuinely believe that had we beat the Warriors by the point margin we needed to, and we needed to then win those, the game against, I think it was it was Solent and then the Blitz. I guarantee you. Well, I believe that we would have won those games. But we did win Solent. We would have won the game against the Blitz because there was more pressure on it. It had meaning to it, right? Like we got to the stage where we qualified when we beat the Thrashers, for example. That qualified us for playoffs. The next game was against the Blitz, and we lost by like the lads that were there tried. Like I'm not saying anyone, but like there would be players that maybe were harboring injuries, and it makes more sense to rest them because we've got the semi-final on the 21st of August, right? So, like,
well, that was going to be my next question: of how do you feel about strategical rest?
Oh, I think you have to do it. I don't think that's a problem. I think if you're a team at the top looking upwards, and or you're at the very top, looking down and trying to protect your position, you have to make those sort of decisions.
So the NBA is one. The NBA is a big one for it. So they will specifically, like, stronger teams will rest star players in certain games, either because they think they can win the game without them, or they're like, you know what, we can afford to take this loss because it's an out of conference matchup. It doesn't play into it as much as some of the, like, it's the NFL's big one for it, like week 17, week 18. Like before the schedule changed a little bit, they had an extra game. It used to be week 17.
Yeah,
a lot of teams would sit they either wouldn't play their starters at all, or they would sit their starters after the first quarter or second quarter or so on and so forth. Yeah. The NBA does it in season. They call it load management. Yeah. And from a fan perspective, it gets a lot of backlash because people. So, for example, I think there was a matchup. I think it might have been when LeBron was still with the Heat, and it was like the Heat versus I think they were versing the Spurs or something like that, and literally all of the star players. So LeBron wasn't playing, Kawhi wasn't playing, Chris Bosh wasn't playing, Dwayne Wade wasn't playing. They rested them all, and these tickets had gone up for sale, and we're talking hundreds to thousands of dollars for these tickets that people had paid because they're like, oh my god, I'm going to get to see LeBron versus the Spurs, and it's going to be a like a playoff matchup, like a NBA Finals matchup, and no one's playing. It's all just backups, and you've shelled out these top of the line prices for a mid-tier backups game.
Oh, what did you learn? Like, so fucking what? Like, do you truly support the team and want them to win?
So the Warriors don't play starting DTs and inside linebacker until third quarter, apparently.
Okay,
I have no idea.
Yeah. I suppose it also depends on who they're playing.
Apache are up 13-0 over Somerset.
Boy.
So Barry asked if the plan is to lose, not showing up would actually benefit to the team, right? I'm not sure because it's just because it depends on what your walkover rules are and things like that. But he also asked, is home field advantage actually a thing in Britball? Unless it prevents you travelling to the deepest
Yeah,
dark
I
as
think
Scotland,
it
for
is. So
example.
if I think about, so it depends. I think it's home field advantage helps, but also it's about the distance travelled by the away team.
Well,
And the record.
Scott's mentioned as well. For some teams, home field advantage is super important for player availability.
Exactly.
100%.
So like that's the thing. Like you end up
Not just
getting a
player
bigger
availability.
squad.
I reckon preparation as well. Like if you've got a bus trip
Mm-hmm.
to a playoff game, like if you've got like a 3-hour bus trip to a playoff game, you are 100% going to be less prepared than that team that's been able to drive to their local ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it does. I think it does make a difference. In my experience, it has as well. Typically, find that people, find it harder to get to and from away games, and that spend that extended time away from the rest of their life, right? So it can be quite tough.
So we got some updates.
Right, let's go.
So Caius Julius Caesar Maguero runs in for the first score of the day for the Northants Knights. They lead 7-0 after the extra point, which became 13-0 after another rushing touchdown, this time from Tyler Gordon. Extra point was no good. So there was 13-0 to Northants over Swindon.
Yeah.
The Devils lead the Cardinals 8-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Norwich Devils.
Let's go Norwich. Fuck Ipswich. As we can see from Andy here, back-to-back first down runs from Clayton. Riv finds Tyreek for a touchdown pass. PAT is no good. Cats lead the Blitz 19-0.
Oh, I just noticed. Player 3 has entered the game. Ted, why don't you bring yourself in? You just sat there.
Yeah. I was playing FIFA. Sorry.
It looks like he's interviewing himself.
What top's that? Is that I don't know what top it is. What's your jersey you're wearing?
It's an XFL San Francisco Demons jersey.
XFL. That's so niche.
A 2000, and this is an actual 2001 jersey. So, fuck knows why I wear them.
Oh, just a flex.
There you go.
So we got James loving the fact that Northants is well up, so 13-0 there. So
you guys want to go through predictions while I look on what's it called, Instagram for some scores?
Yeah, happy to. I always love getting Tibbs to explain his shenanigans.
Yeah. That's why I waited.
That's fine. No,
I always love ambushing Tibbs with his selections and
Ted,
what
the fuck? Ted, what the fuck?
Explain yourself.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I think I'm not worried about it because the two on there that are outliers, I think they're very easily explainable. So,
okay, let's see.
All right, here we go. So the only person who thought that... So I think Hayden made my mistake from Halton versus Birmingham that I made last week, where I was like, oh yeah, Halton's been doing well. Halton have not been doing well. Humber have been doing well. Halton have not been doing well at all.
I don't think... No, Hayden didn't make that mistake. He's just... He made a stand to support them through thick and thin. So,
did he? Because I was going to say, didn't he pick... I'm pretty sure he picked the Bulls last week.
No. Oh, what? Did they play? Did the same team play last week?
Yeah, that's the thing. They played last week. This is the reverse fixture.
He definitely picked Holden.
Okay, I'll have to have a look. So Cats versus Blitzby. We all picked the Cats. They're running away with it. The Cats are a great outfit. So Roughnecks versus Dunfermline Kings. Obviously, Chris with his weekly abstain from the Roughnecks picks, but apart from that, everybody else is not. Have the Kings scored a point yet? Like, have the Kings scored a single point?
Yeah, I think they've scored. I just don't.
They've scored 2. They've scored 14 points. They're 0-7. They have a points differential of minus 295. They've scored 14 points, conceded 309. So I think we're pretty safe to predict that one. So the Mavericks lead the Squadron 12-3. And looks like Swindon have scored. So Northants. Actually, it looks like both Swindon and Northants have scored.
Right, so hold on, let me get these scores in. What are they?
So Swindon get a score and convert the 2 PAT. So that takes it to 13-8. And then it looks like Knights maybe return the kickoff.
28. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so for
That's
20
good.
to 8.
I like a little bit of competition like that. So Swindon aren't out of this.
OVE and Colchester were 0 as of 16 minutes ago. Ooh,
Yes.
no.
Come on, Ooze Valley, get that second win of the season.
Yeah.
So
Didn't they win
Steve,
opening week.
Yeah, they beat.
And then they just chilled.
Yeah. They won opening week and then have done nothing since.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right, Steve.
They beat Colchester first.
Yeah, Steve. Me and Tibbs have both picked Clyde Valley over Dumfries. You've picked Dumfries.
Yeah.
I think that's fair because Dumfries have the better record.
Yeah, I quite like the hunt. Yeah, I really fancy Dumfries in this game over Clyde Valley. I was surprised to see that so many picked Clyde Valley. Actually, I know they're the home team, and that makes a big difference in the Scottish in a lot of the Scottish fixtures. Yeah, mate, fucking yeah. Do you know how far away some of these teams are from each other?
Is Dumfries and Clyde? Because the thing is,
I don't think Dumfries and Clyde Valley's too far, but it's not. I don't think it's like
because I think they were. I think the game that the last time they were supposed to play, I think it was either cancelled or something because the only score that I could find for it was 0-0, like final score.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they and I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know why this was allowed or why this happened, but yeah, it wasn't. Either the fixture wasn't played or it was abandoned or whatever, but it went down as a 0-0, which is really weird because I don't know that that's ever happened.
Nicola, I've got a question. You've given us 19-7. James has given us 20-8, and the Northants official Twitter has given us 19-8.
Oh my god!
So
can you guys sort it out, please?
Yeah, well, the Northants official Twitter have said Tyler Gordon, looking like a young Devon Hester, returns the kickoff to the house, breaking the ankles of number 29 on the Storm on the way to the end zone. 2 PAT, no good. So Knights lead 19-8 is what we've got from the official Twitter. So I'm going to go with that, 19-8.
Okay, well, let me go and change that then.
Right, so we all picked the Surge over Crew, but we don't know if that game's going ahead because it could be that Crew just folded about 3 weeks ago and didn't tell anybody. Tibbs. Gateshead, Nottingley. Yeah. You've picked Nottingley.
Yeah, because I've got a soft. It's the last sort of regular season week. I said I had a soft spot for Nottingley Raiders, and I feel like I.
Why do you have a soft spot for them?
Yeah, why have you got a soft spot? Why out of all teams, Nottingley Raiders?
I don't know. I know it came about last year, and I was like, God, I really want Nottingley to just fucking do something. And
Nottingley posted. No, this is Nottingley's Instagram. They posted saying they put a flag down and they posted saying they've tagged Gateshead Senators. So it says Gateshead Senators, we are in you.
Oh.
I like their social media. I think Nottingley social media is up there. Like they're decent.
So the last time the two teams played was in week 8 and Gateshead won 21-10. So not a blowout. Still a close. Yeah, not unwinnable. But the rest of us have picked Gateshead, and I still think Gateshead are going to win. South Links Lightning versus Doncaster. I wouldn't care if this was South Links Lightning versus fucking Dunfermline Kings or the Monarchs. I would still pick whoever it was against South Links because South Links have been so shithouse this year. But I hate them. I absolutely hate them.
Yes, they have. Yeah. I was getting confused with the Lee Miners then, but yeah.
No. Lee have been all right.
Lee have been decent. I like them. They even won a game, which was quality.
Yeah, against Crew.
Yeah.
So hashtag pray for Donny. We hope they smack the shit out of South Links. Scunthorpe Alphas, Lincolnshire Bombers. Everybody but Ash and Hatch picking the Alphas in this one, and they are leading. But the
I regret picking the Alphas.
Yeah.
Why?
Didn't you go to Lincoln Uni?
Why?
Didn't you go to Lincoln Uni?
Huh? Yeah, I
Didn't
did.
you go
Yeah,
to
and I've
Lincoln
got
Uni?
lots of friends who
Yeah.
play for the Bombers. Yeah, yeah. So I regret picking
Right.
them.
Right. So the Alphas have fumbled, the Bombers punt, Bombers recover and start. The Alphas fumble, the Bombers punt. Bombers recover and start on the Alphas 27. So they're in scoring distance now in Q2.
Ah, that's cool.
Thank you, Barry. Right, North Ants versus Swindon. We all picked North Ants, but I think probably like me, the majority of us didn't expect this game to get played. I thought Swindon would pull out.
Did you?
Oh yeah, 100%. I thought they were gonna fold this. I thought North Ants was going to be left with no football for like 10 weeks going into playoffs.
No, I didn't. Oh, I didn't. No, I didn't have any concerns about that. But I'm
Well,
not
they
that
pulled out the
confident.
last fixture. Last time
Okay.
these two teams played, Swindon pulled out. I figured they'd do the same thing again.
Yeah.
Tibbs, you've picked the Black Knights against the Stampede.
Yep. Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
Every time I pick the Black Knights, they win. And there you go. Easy as pie.
I think you're out of your depth on this one, mate. I'm going to be honest with you.
Hey, man! I picked them once and they won. As far as I'm concerned, I'm all they need. I'm the missing piece for the Worcestershire Black Knights.
So Crew put a post on their IG about their game starting at 2 p.m. 8 minutes ago. So at 2:39, they put a post on their IG about the game starting at 2. That sounds like Crew for you.
Oh, at least. Well, actually, I just looked at their Insta. I didn't see anything on there. But...
Apache versus the. Now, do you guys say Wyverns or Wyverns? I think you guys say Wyverns. Yeah. So Apache versus Wyverns. Only Hatch picked Somerset, and I even if we didn't know the score of what it is, I would say that's a brave pick. Don't get me wrong. Somerset have been good.
I think Bristol were just
I think they're cut above.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. We have 3 people backing. So I get why Mikey has backed the Trojans. Steve and Tibbs.
What for this?
Both back the Trojans against the Monarchs.
Yeah, I stand by that.
The last time these two teams played,
the Monarchs lost their. Well, so this is the interesting thing, and it could go either way. But the Monarchs lost their head coach and another coordinator this week, so they're falling apart. Now, again, like we know, it could be like someone stepped in and they were like the poison in the team, and it's made it all better. But
pardon me.
Yeah, I just think there's a bit of turmoil going on there, and that adversely the Trojans are this team that have like been battered around all season, and I think probably quite a close knit group. And and the Monarchs on paper or on the surface seem quite splintered. So
I have a counterpoint. I have a counterpoint for you.
Back that.
I have a counterpoint for you.
Yeah.
Torbay have scored 6 points all season.
Yeah, it's cool.
The last time these two teams played, they lost 63-6.
They may win 6-0. Who cares? As long as they win. Like it doesn't have to be a high scoring game. I'm just saying. I think this is the best chance that Torbay have got all season of winning a game. Circumstantially.
Torbay have not conceded less than 44 points in a single game.
Why would you just keep throwing stats at me? I am aware of how bad they've been. I believe that this is the best opportunity for them to get a win, and that's why I've backed them. And
Torbay have the worst. Torbay have the
same.
No, Mikey just. I don't want to speak for why Mikey has selected them actually, because I don't want to possibly get him into trouble. It's just Torbay have conceded the most say you don't agree with me. Oh no, the Steelers have. Sorry, Samwell have. Oh my God, Samwell have conceded 618 points.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
60 points a game. Hey, they finished all their games.
Yes, they did. They did. No,
which is unfortunately something that we would commend in Britball, but it does.
The fact that we have to commend that in Prem Ball kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, but we do.
So Apache missed a field goal, roughing the kicker penalty, sees the Apache go for it 4th and 4, get the first out at the 5-yard line. Somerset defend the goal line and frustrate the Apache.
No way!
Wow.
Right.
It rubs me the wrong way that we.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I'm just repeating myself. It irks me that we're congratulating a team in the Prem for finishing all their games.
Well, it's because there was teams in the team in the Prem South, two teams in the Prem South that back to back, one week after another, pulled out of playing the Warriors. So by contrast, everyone's like, well, look, this team that they were obviously avoiding a thumping, and that's why it now looks good that the Samuel Steelers did do that. I would also say that the Samuel. I think the Prem North is a weaker division than the Prem South. I think there's better teams in the Prem South.
I think there's a better team in the Prem South.
Do you really think? Do you think?
I think the Titans. I think the Titans and the Phoenix would beat every team in the Prem South except for the Warriors.
But what about? Okay, yeah, fine. But what about the other teams in the Prem North against the other teams in the Prem South?
I think O's versus Steelers would be a close game.
No, I don't. I think the O's are
the O's are awful.
They're not. They're not that bad.
They are. The O's are bad.
They're not.
The O's are bad.
Like, I reckon they'll do really well next year in Div 1. I do. We'll see. Obviously.
I'm not saying it. The O's are bad.
They're not. You're just going off of you're just an armchair pundit.
I'm not. I'm going off the fact that
I've
they're
played
just not a good team.
I've played against them.
They're not a good team. I would put Solent.
You haven't seen them play, have you?
I'd put Solent in there with Edinburgh. So I'd put
Solent.
If we're gonna rank all 12, we're gonna rank all 12, right?
Yeah, go on. Let's see your rankings. I won't participate.
Warriors. I'm still gonna put Warriors in tier 1 alone. I'm gonna have to do it. And then I'm gonna put the Titans and the Phoenix in tier 2 alone.
Mm-hmm.
Aztecs get their own tier.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird, right? But then I'm putting the Wolves, Solent, and the Blitz in a tier together.
No,
I'm putting Merseyside in with Kent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting Sheffield on their own, and then I'm putting. Actually, no. You know what? I'm putting Sheffield in with Merseyside and Kent, and then I'm putting the O's and Steelers at the bottom.
No, you said Steelers, then the O's. You said they're below. You said the O's.
I said it would be a close game. I didn't say who would win or lose. I said it would be a close game.
I thought you said they'd beat him. But
no,
yeah, okay.
I said it would be a close game.
Okay. Tebs, how would you rank the Prem?
I don't really think that. I mean, with the North having like Manchester and they're making a push, it's like you've got. It's sort of like how all sort of Prem ones are. Like it's very good at the top, and then the bottom just sort of struggles. But Sandwell's sort of been an exception this year, in the sense of the amount of players they have, being like quite low. But it's still surprising that the O's are doing how the O's are doing. Obviously, you've got more experience in whether or not they're a good team or, as Oz thinks, an awful squad.
They're both bad. That's the thing. They're both bad. One thing I would say, with Leicester's inclusion in the Prem next year, I think the Prem North becomes a much stronger division.
Mm-hmm.
There's with Leicester in the Prem.
Get Leicester Falcons out of Div 1. I don't want to deal with Leicester Falcons next year.
With Leicester in the Prem, there's 4 quality squads in the Prem North now. Where I think the South has had 3 or 4 quality squads for a few years. So I think the North is now on par with, because previously it was always the Warriors, the Blitz, and then whoever was in third was the way that it was looked at. But I think with the way that Solent's gone about their climb through Div 1, into the Prem, and then how they've performed in the Prem this year, I would say that there's 4 quality squads in the Prem South this year. With the Warriors, leave them out. But with the way the Blitz, the Aztecs, and Solent, I would say all three are quality squads. And it now means that with Leicester's inclusion, the North can now look at it and go, you know what, we're on par. We've got the Phoenix, we've got Manchester, we've got Edinburgh, and we've got Leicester.
Yep, that's fair enough.
Bombers Black and Alphas punt, take over on the Alphas 40. Spoilers. Where the Bombers will drive into the red zone and fail again.
Wow. What other scores have we got? I see there's lots of comments coming in, but I haven't seen.
A lot of the comments have nothing to do with scores apart from the Mavericks 18-3 long pass touchdown. OPI was missed, but Mavericks still can't complete a 2-point.
So Mavericks 18-3. Yeah.
And then Russ has asked, how do we think Samwell will do in Div 1? Oh, okay, more Mavericks. Mavericks recover a fumble, get another long passing TD, but this time add the 2, so now 26-3 inside the 2-minute warning. Game reduced to 12-minute quarters and extended halftime due to low numbers for the squadron.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off out the league. Squadron. Fuck off. I just don't get it. In the middle of a game, getting like negotiating. Like, just fuck off if you can't play the fucking sport. Jesus Christ.
Need I remind you that the Squadron are just a rebranded Maidstone Pumas who went 5 years without winning a game.
Yeah, but no, you don't need to remind me. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the crap that comes with Britball. People just like I made a suggestion that there should be an 8v8 league for participation, and then an 11 league which is like performance 11v11. And all of these teams in Div 2 were like saying, "Oh, what? So we don't get to play proper football?" You're like, "Well, no, because you clearly fucking can't."
Because you're turning up with 18. You're turning up with 18 players.
Fucking shitheads! You're
folding games left, right, and centre due to player safety. So you're not fucking playing games.
Oh, it's not. Don't talk about player safety. It's the stupidest term in the world. It's not safety. It's not player safety. It's shit recruiting. Let's call it for what it is. It's shit recruiting.
It's stupidly starting a team in the middle of a catchment area that has stronger and better teams.
Yeah.
Nothing from the Div 2 games in Scotland. No,
man. I've been looking. I'm gonna. What you usually get with the Scottish teams is they'll update like quarter or half scores. So
we've got. I can't remember.
Check in with them.
I hate this because he's so active. I can't remember his name, but he's the chairman of the Stags. He's got a banging mustache. He's with us every week, and
I don't see the pictures, do I?
Yeah, you don't. Fuck, I can't remember his name, and I feel really bad about this. There it is. There he is, Tom.
So we need to. Tom, did we send you any Sport Tank merch?
We need to.
If not, we need to. I'm fairly sure I put him on the list. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but yeah, let me know.
Tom usually gives us a lot of updates across Scotland, like not just for the Stags, but the other ones as well. Or we might have one version of the Breens. It could be Mama Breen, Mrs. Breen. Sometimes Sean and Chris pop in themselves. But that's usually how we get our Scottish updates is from those guys. And Tom's mentioned he hasn't received any as yet, so we will get that in the post to you, mate.
Yeah, so Ryan said about they have done something, or they said they're going to do something. So about players, not teams, not. It looks like they're going to reinstate the yellow card system, the yellow/red card system for next season.
Imagine that! Imagine that!
Yeah. Oh, mate, it's just
it's a bit like shutting the gate after the horse is bolted, isn't it?
It just kills me, mate. Like stupid decisions these people that are making that are running these leagues.
Barry's mentioned he was wrong. The Bombers end up punting and the Alphas take over on their own 20. So Russ has just mentioned that Leicester versus Solent would be a cracking game to watch, and it's a shame that they won't cross paths. Just tying back to our conversation around the I'll be honest, mate, I'd like to see you guys versus Leicester.
I think we'd win. I think that's the easiest thing I can say at the moment.
Yeah. I
think we'd beat Solent. I think we'd beat Leicester.
Yeah. Okay. What about Manchester?
We'll see when we're playing them in the 21st.
Why do you think I was baiting you? Because you never put picks in whenever Bristol's involved. So I was sitting there. I was like, let's see if I can be sly and see if I can get.
Yeah, I'm not fucking stupid.
You are. You definitely are. But just not in this way.
But Yeah, Leicester Solent. I think it has a good shout. I think that would be a good game. Although I think Solent would take. We've got the upper hand at the moment. They've just finished 5-5 in their first season in the Prem. They're decent,
season, strong season.
Yeah, not that Leicester have had a bad season, but they haven't been playing Prem opponents. So
yeah,
and
that's true.
Yeah, so yeah, I would say the favourites going into that game would be Solent, but yeah, it could. I suppose it obviously could go either way, but I'd back Solent.
62-yard TD for the Alphas.
Wow.
So they're going deep with their offense. That's huge. So Russ has just mentioned that we'd love to play the Cats. Well, as it stands at the moment, mate, if you win your matchup, your current playoff matchup, so you guys have got the Stallions. Providing you beat the Stallions, and the Cats beat the Knights, you will get your wish. So be very, very interesting. Kick is good, so the Alphas lead 14-0 over the Bombers.
Right.
Not happy?
No,
or did you just put 13? You just put 13.
Yeah. I thought I'd just do that again.
Rushmore. So I'm assuming that you think that they're going to beat the Cats, and you're going to end up playing Rushmore, is my assumption. So Nathan's mentioned that recruitment and youth teams are key. I've seen too many teams fall because they don't invest in in youth or build links with local uni teams. I know 3 uni players near me who travel to Somerset rather than to Cornwall or Torbay. Sounds about right. Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot more involved than just recruitment when it comes to Somerset and when it comes to Cornwall and Torbay, though. Like Somerset, actually, I feel like Somerset has been one of the teams that's done the associate process right. Because I remember when they were coming in as associate at like 2017, 2018, I want to say, and they've come through and they performed well in their associate process. And then their first season in the league, struggled a little bit. But from what I understand, the guys that have gone about building that team are old boys who've been connected with the sport for a very, very long time. And they've now built that through. It's the point now where they're competing in their division for promotion, essentially for playoffs and promotion to Div 1. So, yeah, so Somerset's done it very, very well. Right, we're going to move on because we got sidetracked by me trying to tell you how bad Torbay was, even though you thought they were going to win. They still could. So, Russ has just mentioned that Torbay have the coaches, but not the players. That is shown on the field, mate. They've scored 6 points all fucking season. Colchester versus Ouse Valley. Tibbs, you've picked Ouse Valley. Is that just blind allegiance?
Well, I mean, what do you mean? Look at the last time they met. Did Ouse Valley win? Yes. Have Ouse Valley, considering the performance that Ouse Valley had against Ipswich, which the game ended 34-35 to the Cardinals, it looks like Ouse Valley are a better squad now than they were at the start of the season. So for my taste, Ouse Valley know that they can do it, and I think they're a better team than they first played than Colchester.
So they did beat them.
I've got Ouse Valley.
They did beat them in week 1, but I'm pretty sure this game was cancelled. This rematch was cancelled due to no refs in week 11. Is that right, Steve? I think this was supposed to be played, and it was. Oh my God, we've got a full squadron!
Yay!
All right.
We've almost got. Speaking of squadrons, we've almost got more players in the squadron right now.
Wow!
we have 1/4 of the people that turned up to play the Mavericks. And Northants are running away with it versus Swindon. 3 minutes till halftime, 33-7.
Jesus.
And then Swindon fumbled the kickoff. And also Northants' Twitter is asking where their merch is. So they're still watching us. They're watching their game, but they're watching us. Northants' Twitter guy wants to know where his Sport Tank merch is.
Yeah, I saw that. Where's our merch? I'm like, I don't know who you are. You just the club.
Who are you?
I just send the club stuff. Like, I don't mind. Like we've still got some stuff left. I need to do another round of merch.
K gets the pass and spins his way past 3 defenders to score again. PAT is no good. Blitz scoop the blocked field goal and almost score before Neil Dempsey drags him down with a horse collar tackle, adding 15 yards to the kickoff. Cats lead 25-0 over the Blitz.
Wow.
25-0. Yeah, I got that. Cool.
Swindon fumble on the kickoff. Shaw recovers the ball, and the Knights are heading into the QB warning. QB keep for Nick Rice Risotto, who spins his way into the end zone. 2-point is good. Knights lead 33-8. Game Day Live.
Hey, it's within 33-7.
No, it's 33-8. It's 8.
You sure?
Yep.
Oh, I'm going. It's
been 8 the whole time.
It started off as
So Nicola is incorrectly telling us 7, but it's 8. The official Twitter has told us that. So Thomas has mentioned last year was the Sags associate season, finished with a 4-1-1 record, top of the Saltire division. This year's our first year in the league proper. Big fan of associate procedure being followed. Good sustainable teams will pass it properly. There we go. And I think that is. The fact that they went 4-1-1, finished the top of their division, and now this season, right? So they were associate last year. They're 8-0 with 195 points differential. They've conceded 30 points all season against much more established Scottish teams. So the Stags have knocked it out of the park.
So what have I missed?
This is the point where one of you says something.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm playing catch up. I'm in a house that I don't actually own yet. So so hi. I'm kind of squatting right now.
I've missed you.
Oh, I've missed you too, Oz.
Yeah.
And you too, Steve.
I've been and he just ignores Tabs.
And Tabs.
Brutal.
As per, I wasn't. Well, considering on the screen I'm covered up by our beautiful Game Day Live logo, I'm not surprised.
Well, let me just push through. Let me just push through the last of these picks then. So we've all picked Norwich over Ipswich. Last time we heard, Norwich was leading at 8-0. Steve and Mikey, you've both picked the Renegades over the East Essex Sabres. The Sabres are undefeated this season so far.
I know.
Well, they better watch out then, don't they?
Yeah, these Renegades are coming for them.
Yeah.
The Renegades have dropped too. No, can't change your mind.
No, I don't want to change. No, I don't know why you try and change my mind.
I just want you to. I don't care about you changing your mind. I just want you to properly defend your pick and give me reasons.
I don't really have much of a defense.
The Torbay defense. Torbay have scored 6 points all fucking season. I know why Bikes picked them to win.
I have explained myself there.
Why have I picked them?
No, I refuse to go into this without you here to defend yourself because I didn't want to get you in trouble.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, someone's saying it could be 24-0 to Aberdeen against the Kings, which sounds likely.
Yeah, that sounds very likely.
I'm going to pop that in, and we can change
that
it.
Sounds like a Q1 score, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sort of sounds likely considering we've had. Yeah, well, most games are going into half time now, the 2 o'clock kickoffs. But so that Renegades Sabres one. I think the wheel started to come off a little bit for the Sabres. They've been a bit unstable compared to how strongly they started the season, and I just
that was going to be my next question. Are you not buying into the Sabres hype essentially?
No, I think that I think they're a good team. I just feel that that they could be scalped here, and that's why I went for the Renegades.
Okay, well, it's fair because the times that these two teams have played before, they've played twice this season already. Sabres beat them 7-0 in the first game, 10-0 in the second game. So this is not an outlandish pick.
No.
I literally was between shifts and went that one. Have you got any updates from the Pasty Bowl for us, Mikey? Yeah, it's currently Torbay 47, Monarchs 0. It's not. I'm lying, but
I was going to say I don't believe you.
It'd be funny if it was.
Oh, I'd love it,
mate. I'd have to log off.
Yeah. No shit, he's been talking. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
if you can obtain us a score for the Pasty Bowl, that would be incredible.
No, I think Jeff will probably be there. I know Levy's reffing, and but I don't know anything else because I don't care. Everything else, Britbally wise, I am fully behind. But I decided to paint a wall and watch it dry instead of getting involved with the Monarchs.
Are you? I was going to say, aren't you down there? Aren't you down that way? Currently?
Yeah, I live in Cornwall now.
You live in Jeff's house.
No, I've moved out of Jeff's house. Oh, it's a long story, as it's for later. That's why I'm in an empty house, more or less. But I'm loving Cornwall. I think it's a fantastic county. I think the people here are fantastic, and
except for those who play football.
And the beach is fantastic. You see, even 90% of the people involved with the Monarchs are fantastic people and they're lovely folk. But there's a few that.
I'm just trying to bait you. You don't have to. You don't have to defend yourself. I'm just here. I'm just here for the baiting.
But when and it's all right. I don't care. I'll fully explain. It's when the head coach ushers out the rest of the committee because he is the committee, and then puts his son in at quarterback instead of a lad that's played for the Bristol Uni team that's been an absolute machine. You're just like, nah, I don't want to be any part of that. So down the barrel of the camera, what the fuck? So there you go.
Britball gossip is the best gossip. Final game, East Kent Mavericks versus the Squadron. The Mavericks are just giving it to them. Tebs, you picked the Squadron. Yeah, they turned up, and they repaid your faith by turning up with 18.
Yeah, that's another simple one. Got a motive plays for Southeast Squadron. There you go.
Are you sure?
Easiest play.
Because I don't know if we're 100% sure that anybody plays for the Southeast Squadron.
Yeah, plays. What does that mean?
Have you got somebody who signed up with them at one point during the year?
Fine plays.
Oh dear.
I mean, he says that he does. He says he does. I've not seen any pictures, but he says he does.
I'm assuming that's in reference to you, Mikey. Not Tibbs' mate playing for the Southeast Squadron.
You said that was the final game. There is one more game, the women's final.
I was saying this is the last game that we've done predictions on. Did you guys do predictions for the women's?
No, let's do it now. Let's do it with our guys now. Let's get that done.
I've got to back the ladies. I've got a couple of friends who are
ladies teams. What the fuck do you think?
With the British ladies, I've got to back the British ladies.
Will it be the ladies or the ladies?
Yeah. It's the women's and the ladies and.
I've got to back the GB. I've got to back GB. I've got a couple of mates. One of them who's in the actual game squad. Another one who made the wider training squad. So big ups to the women, and hopefully they bring it home.
Are we having a prediction? We going to score?
Yeah, that's not a prediction.
Oh, it is. I predicted they'd win.
Oh, okay. What about? Is there a deviation between your head and your heart?
No, because I don't even know who they're playing.
They're playing Team USA.
I knew they were playing today. I didn't know who they were playing.
You're safe. You're at home. It's okay. Donald Trump is not the president anymore. It's some other fella called Biden.
I smell.
I'm just trying to bring you up to speed now, darling.
I smell burnt toast.
So that game, the coverage starts at 5:10. I think the kickoff's at 5:30. So we're going off at 5, aren't we? Which I definitely want to watch that game. My missus is going to do a nut because I left the house at 8:30 today for training. Came back, got something to eat. Started this, and then I'm gonna go and watch another game. But I think I've got to go with Nathan here. I think Nathan's that's exactly what I was going to say. I can't tell you how much I want these women to win, and I'll back them. They're up against a really tough enemy.
The thing is, you have to look at the America's score against Finland. Finland came out and actually led the game at half time, which was surprising to most people. And then, if you watch sort of the last few minutes of the GB game, GB Canada game, it was just really good. So I think that this game, I think it's a really good chance that they go in and beat Team USA if they can just control the second half a bit more.
Well,
There's my
and that's why Tabs covers the women's
14.
football. No, and that's why Tabs covers women's football for us, because he actually knows his shit.
Yeah, but
watches the
there are
games
massive differences between women's football international and women's football domestic for the UK. Like,
100%.
Tabs,
Like, if,
just talk
like,
through
like
the rules, because I was really
Sure.
surprised at some of this stuff.
So the internationals, they play 11 aside, whereas in the NWFL it's still aside, or is it nines? I forgot. No, yeah, it's still 7 aside. So like, there's no special teams in the NWFL. So I was looking at the whoever the punter is, I've forgotten who it is, for the GB squad, was doing an absolutely great job, considering that it's not a position.
She hasn't punted all season
over here.
Yeah.
No, that's it, and that's why, like, our kicking game, our actual, like, there was no setting up for a field goal. It was all fourth downs, extra points. Didn't come off, and obviously, like, it's the game it's a full game as opposed to the shorter quarters, and also, like, even the field, like, it's an actual field, whereas NWFL it's half a field. Like, there's so much differences. There's so many differences in between the
Is that
NWFL
a
and
failing?
the international.
Is that a failing on Baffa's side to prepare then? The fact that, like Nathan says, why is British Domestic Ladies League not 11 aside? If we're shortening the field, we're not. Not so much the special team side of it, but we're shortening the field, and we're not playing full 11 aside. I get that it is. I'm assuming it's a numbers thing, just because a lot of the teams that are involved don't have the squad numbers.
Yeah, it's definitely a numbers thing. Like, if you speak to like, for example, like Lindsay Llewellyn, who's chairperson over at Edinburgh Wolves, there needs to be a push, or a bigger push, to the 11s, or sorry, to the 9s, which was the plan going season. But it's simply just numbers, and because it doesn't seem like Baffa are going to be doing the what's called it. It basically was like an all stars for the women's, but it seems like they're not doing that this year. So it looks like
isn't that what the Diamond Series was?
That's the Diamond Series. Sorry, it seems to be that the Seal and She-Hawks is going to be one of the only non-international games in which women's players can hopefully play 11 aside.
Well, there are a number of players on that squad that do play 11 aside. So you've got, like, I don't know if Gabby's there, but Gabby Knopp, she plays professionally over in, I think, Finland. You've got Ruth Matter, who plays in that Northeast US league. That's 11 aside. Has my connection fucked up here?
No, we're listening.
Sorry. It just went funny on my screen.
Oh, right. Yeah, Tibbs' one is going iffy.
Yeah, it went funny on my screen then. So, there are a couple of players, but then also the coaches that coach them are 11 aside coaches, that they've had experience coaching 11 aside. So I'm not saying it's any substitute for not having 11 aside, but it's not like it's completely foreign to everyone on the squad and all of the coaching staff.
Like, especially too, like the lack of the lack of special teams within the NWFL, like the kick return reverse Team GB did against Canada. Je magnifique, beautiful stuff. It was golden. It was work. It's going to be interesting to see what they put. It's going to be interesting to see what they pull up against the US. But it seems like the US have been in more trouble now than they have. And also, like, the commentators kept saying, obviously, it does help that Team GB didn't play, Mexico. So they've only had one game, whereas the US have had 2. Mm-hmm. And that could also play a huge factor into the winners of the whole thing. It'd be nice if I'd love to bring home the gold if I could shove it right.
Just imagine if they win today, like, it'd just be amazing, wouldn't it? Just like especially after seeing
a wild optimism on Gameday Live here. They're going to win.
Yeah, they're going to win. I've got Team GB.
Anybody for
Let me bet on it.
Wild
I might see if it's on Paddy Power.
It probably is. Probably somewhere because it's.
You could probably get like a Sky Request event or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Chuck a fire on the ladies.
especially with like the women's England team winning the Euros, like with the last week they did that. Like it's just cool. Like there's this momentum.
The issue that I had with that though, is
it's not GB.
No. Well, no, that was England. So no, it was more that, like, don't get me wrong, amazing that the women won the Euros, like, incredible, crack on. But they were making it out like this is the best sporting achievement for the women in. No, but they're making it out like it's like the English women's rugby team has been ridiculously dominant across their competition for years, for years and years and years and years. And it was so the only issue, and I don't want to take away from how well that the women footballers have done. Like it's monumental. They've done something that the men have not been able to do for 66 years. Groundbreaking. Congratulations, lady. You fucking smashed it. Amazing. But there should be something where they're able to shine a spotlight on all of women's sport, like and see where they're because the English women's netball team is consistently top four. Consistently top four in the world. Every single. But no one gives a fuck about net. I mean, I care about netball, but no one seems to care. Or the women's rugby, it's they've been so dominant for years and years and years, and it's just, I'm wondering if it's just because soccer, the country's soccer mad, and it's a little bit sad.
Yeah, it is because of that. It's the dominant sport over here by far.
Right. So, Colchester lead OVE 14-6 at the half.
Let me get these scores.
Cats are 25-0 at the half. Cornwall 24, Torbay 0 points for Torbay. At half time.
Well, hold on, let me go back to what was that? 24 Cornwall. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. They don't deserve that. Barry says, fuck me, they did it. Touchdown the Bombers. Ryan Wakeling with his 16th TD of the season.
16th?
16th. Yeah, Stickman. Stickman scored a TD.
Did they get any pat? Are we pat pending? What's the latest there?
Well, I don't know. Ask Barry. So, Sam touched on this.
Barry Hogwarts.
Let's actually hang on. Let's wrap up on the women for a second because I want to make sure that they get grow up. I want to make sure they get their due diligence. Are you
due diligence?
Yeah, like we don't really talk
about
what
due diligence means. Because you're not using it in the right context.
No, I'm not. No, what I meant to say is I want to make sure they get their due.
Yeah.
Whereas due diligence is to do with legal terms. It's
to make sure things are checked correctly. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to make sure they get their due. So you're going head heart. Are you still splitting it, or are you going to back them all? Are you gonna?
Yeah, no, I am splitting it, but like I don't want that. I don't want that to take away from
tarnish it.
Supporting the women's team because the GB team because I'll be over the moon. Like I'm massively backing them. I think their quality. I just think that Team USA team has got a little bit more quality in them, and I think it's going to be a hard team to overcome. But yeah, I'm absolutely Team GB. I'm going to be really excited watching it.
Mikey.
Well, I reckon GB is just going to win it. Simple as. There's no messing about. Wild optimism. Cool. I was saying. Let's just ride this. Just if we kind of start going, maybe. No, fuck it. Just go for it.
Yeah.
All in.
Tibbs.
I mean, after seeing the picture of, I believe it's Siobhan Walker, stiff arming a Canadian player into the fucking dirt, I'm going GB all the way. I think the US aren't. I think the US they're going to try their hardest, but they're just. I think GB are going to come up with some magic towards the end, like they did against Canada, and bring it home.
Love it if they do.
I'm gonna back the GB women as well. I'm hoping that my mate Steph gets a touchdown, gets in the end zone, gets a touchdown. So big up Steph, big up the GB women.
I'll do a piece of NWFL news. I'm going to live stream the Leicester Falcons tournament next week.
Oh yeah.
I'll be there. There you go. Very good stuff.
Barry's just asked if there was a question for you. There was.
Yeah,
we wanted to know Pat Pending. But
he's already said it.
us.
He's already said it. Yeah, thanks.
21-6, Pat Pending.
Thank you, Barry.
So we've got Apache half time 13-0. So Nathan says, Steve, even if
I had it as 14. Oh yeah, they had a failed 2-pack, didn't they?
Yeah, Steve. Even if the GBs are runners up, can we get a GB women's player on? Hopefully, put aside their side.
We're more than. I mean, Tebs is the better person to ask about that. I'm probably not the best person to contact someone from Team GB and ask them the women's side and ask them to do an interview.
Yeah, true.
No, not for any bad reasons. Just that fucking shithead Jim Messenger, the cunt that he is.
Oh damn!
Yeah, created a bubble of animosity for me there because I called him out on his fucking dog shit practices and his misogynistic behaviour.
And hiring rapey coaches.
Yeah, fucking wank stain of a bloke. Anyway, yeah. So it's probably better that Tebs answers that question.
So Bombers go for an onside kick and recover, and the Bombers are now on the 8-yard line.
So go on, Oz, is there anyone you want to just lay in? I've done mine. Steve,
I've done mine. I did mine.
Who do we hate?
I did mine.
I do one.
The three. Actually, no, I've got a fucking shit list. I've got Oz's shit list.
Oh,
Southlinks Lightning.
Blue Lightning.
Southlinks Lightning. Fuck those guys.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Pretty much anybody that's in the division with Northants that's folded a game against them. So Worcestershire, Swindon, fuck those guys.
DC president.
The DC presidents, absolutely, fucking woeful.
DC presidents,
fucking
Ipswich
woeful.
Cardinals. Don't forget Ipswich Cardinals.
Who's getting a fuck you from the team today?
100%. Ipswich Cardinals can get fucked. Like
Why?
they can, and then when they get there,
last one of the season.
Yeah, this is.
I think it is.
Right, let's get
Ipswich Cardinals can 100% go get fucked. And then once they get there, they can get fucked some more and fuck off some more. Like, no, I'm done. No, get the fuck. I hope you get paddled. You used to have a rapey icon.
Oh, I love this. The thing is we're going to look back on this, like maybe if we're allowed to go back on the air next year, if we're not like banned for something, they can get fucked. They all can get fucked.
Yeah,
Richard
you can fuck off.
The Monarchs can get
you
fucked.
can fuck off. Yeah.
For some reason, I'm given
cricket.
Baffa can definitely get fucked. Yeah.
For
some reason, Torbay copped it today. I don't know why, but Torbay copped it today from me, and it's
just
not even their fault.
Absolute massive level of incompetence over the season.
I want to give a quick fuck off to the Leicester Falcons sound guy. You can fuck off.
Not putting the
Leicester Falcons sound guy
and the sports forward, ignoring a fucking EGM request. Going against the fucking articles of association that have been put in place, removing the red and yellow card rules to only then reinstate them when you realise you fucked it up. There is a fucking long list of reasons that you need to just fuck off away from my sport or our sport.
I can't believe they removed Yellow Card. Yellow Card was a quality band in the early 2000s. I used to love listening to Yellow Card.
Yeah, it would prevent the people doing it. Banned from Facebook.
Actually,
kicked to Twitch.
Actually, I'm almost. Am I the only one who can see photos here of people?
No, I can't see any. I just see a blank circle.
Can you see Scott's? Because I'm wondering, Scott actually to me looks a little bit like the lead singer of Yellow Card. But I'm assuming you guys
the lead singer of Yellow Card. What's
the
that?
band? The band.
I've never
the
heard
band
of it.
Yellow. Oh,
now
okay.
you're talking some fucking Southern Hemisphere shit, mate.
What? No, they're American.
They're only popular down there though. Like we don't know them up here.
Oh, okay.
It's like
if it's not some sort of grime that you can play in your kitchen, no one wants to hear it.
Yeah, messing around with the player form. Yeah, look, the list goes on. Like, so the biggest fuck you for me is to Baffa and in particular Cricket Pete. It's just the absolute ignorance of just fucking and like the arrogance of just like, oh yeah, we can just do what the fuck we want and it doesn't matter and fuck you and just doesn't care about the sport, just cares about his own personal interest. It's absolutely ridiculous. So there's mine. Tebs, what about you, mate?
He only had one.
Go on, Tebs. Let's hear you wax lyrical about whatever
that
it
are
is.
football related. The University of Gloucestershire admissions team, they can fuck off. They can fuck right off. Just tell me.
Are you going to uni this year?
It's been 13 weeks. I don't know because of the University of Gloucestershire admissions team. They fucked my application, and it's been 13 weeks. It should have only taken 6. Just tell me. Just tell me if I am.
I'm going to need to push you for a football.
And the Leicester Falcons sound like every time they scored, they played a Falcons noise, like making a noise over the intercom, which was on the away side, and it was very annoying. But I mean, I guess that's the point of it.
Yeah.
You're so petty. At least our fuck yous are warranted.
Yeah.
Is that the best you got, Tebs?
Oh yeah. I mean,
I hear you rant
we'll figure it out when
stuff.
Uniball comes around.
Yeah, you're not doing a Brit.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to get Tibbs as fuck yous at the end of the Uniball season.
Oh, actually,
it'll just be the Portsmouth Dreadnoughts. That's all it'll be.
Do you want some more? Cheshire
Destroyers,
Bears,
sorry.
they can fuck off. Cheshire Bears can fuck off.
What's that?
You know why Cheshire Bears can fuck off.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know they were a real team.
Cheshire Bears can fuck off.
Kent
Apart from Cy Wainwright, Cy Wainwright is gold.
The Kent Exiles social media team just reply to me. Don't just be rude. Oh gosh, is there anyone else? And Swindon Storm media team as well. They can fucking
no, not even the media team, just their entire organisation. Like we don't even need you. I'd need you, Swindon.
I'd say my fuck off of the year probably goes to Cheshire Bears.
Of the year?
Yeah.
It's still early August.
Of the season.
Yeah.
We've got 5 months to go. We just halfway.
My main one for the season.
We just passed the halfway mark. He's like, well, my fuck off for the year.
No, he's right for the season. That makes sense. It does make sense.
Can we say Cheshire Bears, but not Cy Wainwright? Because we love Cy Wainwright.
I don't know who he is.
This isn't your fuck off.
He would be your DC if you ever bothered turning up to anything like Sealandic. Just saying.
I've been to Sealandic.
I've
been to Sealandic things. I'm actually a duke, and I'm
so I'm a baron. I'm a baron.
That sounds like an evil person.
Yeah, it is.
You sound like the enemy.
Yeah, you sound like a stupid prick who marched 10,000 men up a hill to march them back down again.
Yeah, I did. Well, but when they were up,
dickhead.
When they were up, they were up.
They were up. Yeah, and when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down.
No, that's correct.
Yeah,
no. That's exactly how I see it.
Yeah.
You see,
I'm glad that we established those ground rules.
You need 4 people on Gameday Live, so it just goes off. This is it, Stevie. You've run it for 2 for too long. Me
and Oz were doing all right, and then we started to do the fuckies of the year.
I was going to say,
you guys come on. We're like, well, actually, who do I fucking hate? It was my fault starting off with Jim Messenger, wasn't it?
The past 2 weeks, me and Knocker have just been. Oh, actually, no. Our show 2 weeks ago was, we were talking about pedos and everything.
Yeah.
We had the Durham, the guy playing for the Vikings. We got into all sorts of things about like racism and homophobia and things like that. We went real deep on Game Day Live 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, racism. Yeah, I've still been thinking about that conversation.
We didn't have this, Oz.
Well, I know. See, I did,
nice.
Darren, I did give a fuck off to the source because I said everybody who folded a game against Northants can get a big fuck off. So that was both Swindon and Worcestershire.
It's just like Booster, just Worcester.
Worcester. Is it Worcester or Worcester? Is it
Worcester?
Is it Worcester? Yeah, isn't it
Worcestershire.
like a
Worcester. Worcester.
Wolf.
Yeah, Worcester. Worcester.
Yeah, Worcester.
Whoever they are, fuck
Yeah,
them.
yeah, fuck
So,
'em.
that's why we called them the Saws, because the
Yeah.
Scottish, the Breens couldn't say it. So they just stuck.
Let's call them the Sauce.
I forgot about that. That's
Yeah.
why they were like, we'll just call them the Sauce.
Yeah, that's
And
what we mean.
like
What, no,
Berkshire,
fuck
they
off.
always
Yeah,
say
100%,
Berkshire.
100% fuck off to the Sauce. Right now, Russell is in a bath full of pudding at work.
Pudding, yeah, he just jumped in a bath. He's smashing it into his face.
He's got one of those weird sexual fetishes.
Tiramisu all over his head.
I feel like we're gonna see Russell in an episode of Gogglebox where they're watching him and they're like, Russell from Hertfordshire enjoys pudding. And it's just wow,
He's just there just pudding himself.
And he's just
Right,
he's just
fucking
here with a
love it.
cake. He's just,
Yeah. That may look like an apple pie, but my foot's in it.
yeah.
And my cock.
It's a shoe.
You've never lived until you put your knees in a cherry bakewell.
Oh, there we go.
And just to correct him, just to let everyone know, he meant pissing himself, not pudding himself.
Yeah, anybody who strategically refused to play a game with a bullshit excuse can get a big fuck off. Yeah,
How
100%.
many-
Get out of here with player safety. Player safety
many
can get
teams?
fucked.
Player safety can fuck off.
How many teams
Forever.
would be?
Steve, can we get Ash to animate the fuck offs of the year?
Yeah, predicting text.
Darren said he's got his head stuck under a bath replacing taps and sodding bath panels. It's not going well.
How
So
many teams? The thing is, how many
We-
teams would not be in the league now if they still had the red and yellow card system? There must be
yeah,
like
they're-
4
well-
or 5 that are gone.
Yeah.
we've
yeah,
got a green.
So a yellow. Oh yeah, it's Nat
We
Breen.
got a green.
Yeah. Hi
There we
Natalie.
go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll get back onto actual game day in a bit. So thanks for that.
Nah. This is fun.
No, actual game day can fuck off.
Actual game day.
I'm waiting for Steve to do what he knows. He just end broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I think about that.
Bang.
Yeah. I was gonna say Steve's gonna leave us high and dry and just end it.
Yeah.
Like he did a month ago, where he was
Yeah.
supposed to leave
Oh
the
yeah,
chat
when
and
I
end
ended the
stream.
broadcast when I was on the sideline. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was
I
an
couldn't
actual,
believe it.
that was
You
a
guys
legitimate
messaged
actual
me.
game day could fuck off. That was
Yeah,
that
you
was
guys
what that
messaged
was.
me, and I was on the sideline. I picked up my phone. I was like, "Oh no!" Yeah, that was. Yeah, and I knew I'd done it as soon as you like messaged me. I was like, "Yeah, I did. I hit end broadcast, didn't I?" Fuck.
If you want player safety, you're in the wrong sport.
But
So
yeah, there must
North
be
answer
about,
on
there must be
the
about
North
5 or
answer.
6 that would have been gone. Sorry,
We should do like a room 101 where you, like, so we don't say can fuck off, like a show that does that and get someone to come on and say like, what would you get rid of in the sport? I think we've covered everything.
There's our
Are you-
post-season.
Yeah.
Are you telling us is our postseason content? Are you telling us that we're going to bring the coaches of these teams that have folded on and we're going to end it by telling them to fuck off before we kick them out of the live stream?
Oh look, we can. Oh, this is interesting. So if we need real free and high quality service to increase our viewers, check streamdetails.com. Top streamers already use it. Non-binary pride.
That can fuck off.
Non-binary pride. Non-binary.
Yeah,
I agree.
so
I
what
think
that
we
means-
give
what
a
that
shout out
means
to
is-
the spammers.
Spammers can fuck off.
Samus can fuck
Yeah.
off.
Oh, mate.
spammers
What was
can
it?
fuck-
That episode I did with Tibbs, where that guy was so adamant that he wanted us to watch the Nottingley. Who was it? Nottingley playing.
It was some like.
Was it the
was
was,
like
was it
probably like
Nottingley
Div-
Steve?
biggest
I think
Div
it was
2
Nottingley.
squad.
I think it was Nottingley
It was
Steve.
Nottingley Steve,
And it was like we had like he went to like 5 because I kept banning his account. He'd jump on another account.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Watch the link to the. No one is streaming Nottingley versus the stream.
No.
And if you are
unfortunately,
streaming it,
people are
no one
clicking
is watching
clicking
it.
on it. People are clicking
Why?
on them.
Hey-
Well, that's why they keep doing it. Like I was fairly confident that we'd banned most of them, and then we had a little rush of them.
I'd get. Don't get me wrong. I'd get it right if I'm looking through the if I'm looking through the comments and shit, and then someone pops up and they're like.
I just can't from Jack. This kills me because it's only known by a certain few people who are admins for teams. But Indian and Pakistani kit suppliers, I get it, and Tebs will see it. I started just replying to them because I get annoyed.
I've got it up, Matt.
Honestly,
They're sending it on my
replies
private
are-
one.
Magnifique.
They're sending it on my. They're sending it on my private one.
Madness.
There needs to be major changes at the Kings if they're going to survive. One of those major changes is they can just fold and then go play for other teams.
They can fuck off.
Yeah, because they're not surviving. Like you don't want teams surviving. Like,
Hold on, just going back to that kit thing. Mikey, do you experience that with the Seahawks
all the time? Every single day we get a new one.
So I was in the easily. I got in the habit of like just ban, but like it's like a hydra. You chop one head off and like 3 more sprout up in its place. Like, so I just got fed up and I just started replying to them the last couple of weeks. I've been sending you some screenshots, and Tebs obviously has got control of the inbox. But there's some I haven't sent you. But yeah, I just started winding them up because I was just fed up a bit. So yeah,
we've actually got a new one in the inbox right now, Steve. If you want to do it,
that's right. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I'll get on it.
We'll do it live on Game Day Live.
No, I'm not. No, that's just for like the team. I'm not going to post that stuff. But yeah, it is a massive problem. But like well, actually, I won't say it now. But I've got an idea for speaking to one of them. I'll probably do it with this next one, and then I'll share it with you guys. But
so
I've got my like a plan of action on how to hopefully prevent it.
Tom's going to go for a new kit for the Stags next year by asking all the suppliers to send him a sample, and he'll probably get a full set in the end.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I did think about that myself as well. I thought like it'd be funny if I decorated the background here with all of the free samples they send me, because like the amount of them. Like I even so the other day, one of the things I did. So first of all, I pretended he was supplying drugs, right? So I was like, oh yeah, well, give us the gear and all that, and like. And who's delivering it, and are they armed, and all this sort of stupid shit. And then what I did was to try and negotiate with him on like how much we pay up front and how much we pay on receipt of the goods. And I got him down to like I was going for 50. I think I got him to 50-50.
You did, yeah. You got him to 50-50,
yeah.
And he was like, we don't do this for anybody else.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, no, well, I'm not done yet. I still want 30, and I just kept being a prick. But just to let you guys know, you can, if you are seriously looking at buying stuff from these guys, you can get them into a 50-50 where they pay 50%. You pay 50% up front, and the rest you get when you get the goods, just in case you don't like the quality of them. So, yeah, just a little tip for the Britball community.
Just a quick update for Game Day Live.
Then they just go away, hopefully.
Yeah, just a quick scoring update for Game Day Live, which is what we're here for. No, it's not the Lightning. It's not a Lightning score update. Northants have scored again. Tyler Gordon gets another score. PAT is no good. Northants lead 39-8. Fuck Swindon.
They
didn't write that. That's not on the. That's my own. They didn't write that.
Did I send you this one, Stevie? That one.
So Colin has just mentioned in my little rant about the Kings, where he said the Kings need massive changes and going to survive. He said 7 years and no improvement. You may be right. Have the Kings not won a game in 7 years? 7
years? They haven't been around 7 years, have they?
Please tell me that they've won a game in 7 years, because they haven't won a game this season. Yes, I definitely can. I can fuck off. I'm done. I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah, I was going to fuck off. He'll be back, unfortunately.
Oh, dear.
And then I could see him in the green room. He didn't like that one.
Oh, dear. There we go.
So the Kings...
That is not on. That is not on, right? I would not be happy if I was the Stags and they were throwing beats at me. Right? That is not on.
Beats?
Yeah, B-E-E-T. Beats. The Kings beat them last year.
He's gone full grammar Nazi, spelling Nazi.
I thought it was a good joke.
Oh,
it's not.
Oh, dear.
And then Colin said that they beat them. So, they beat them and then beat them. Okay. So the crew of the Surge. I think we had Surge leading 8-7 is what I was under. So I think that was 8-7 to the Surge, Ryan.
Yeah, and no, it's not. It's 8-7 to crew.
Was it crew?
Unless I wrote it down wrong.
Unless I wrote it backwards. That is highly viable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It could go either way.
All I know is one of them.
Yeah.
Are you making fun of my? No, I'm making fun of your Scottish spelling. There's a complete difference. You guys don't speak English, so I'm making fun of that. I wouldn't attack you for dyslexia.
I am making fun of your dyslexia.
With this joke right here. Proceeds to read off dyslexia joke.
Yeah. You didn't spell his name properly.
Old MacDonald had dyslexia. I-E-I-E-O.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's an old joke.
That's real old. That's the only dyslexia joke I know.
That's
okay. And it's not only that. It's not only because I was making fun of the Scottish. That's okay then. Why is this? I also want to know who was the mean bastard who put the S in lisp. Who decided that people who struggle saying an S was like, right? What is the condition? Well, we're going to call it a lisp. You're going to call it a what? Like who was the mean prick who put that there?
It's
Bombers went 7 years.
Crew at 8-7 up. It's Crew.
Oh, okay. The Railroaders are. So Bombers went 7 years without a win before won a game in their first season. Didn't win again until 2012, and they were 10-game seasons as well. Jesus.
Brutal.
There's 70 games without a win.
Yeah, that's painful. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. 3-0 Renegades.
How close is Ouse Valley to North Ants? They need to move their players over. Oh. Looks like the Renegades have taken the lead in the East Essex Renegades game, so 3-0 in the third.
Cool.
Keep the faith.
I told you.
Yeah, listen.
Although this happened last week, and the
listen
team
to the
that
experts. That message. Did you see Stevie and I don't know who else is?
I have. I've just seen it.
Oh yeah.
What message?
Yeah,
I believe
it's something.
Yeah, what message?
That's what I think Nathan was kind of referring to when he's saying that his local team is struggling with their shirts.
Have I missed something?
No.
Did someone message me privately?
Mikey's put something in the Gameday Live Facebook.
You're down as seeing it, you donut.
So Nathan feels old. He played for the Sharks versus the Bombers in a league qualifying game in 2006.
I'm seeing. What the fuck is it? Oh, are you on about the kit?
The kit, yeah. I was saying that's come from you, man. That's definitely come from. So someone's been online and gone, you know what? That's the jersey for me. I don't care if it's mismatched numbers. I don't care if it looks like the Manchester Titans kit from 2007. That's the one I want.
I thought Tebs just said he'd block someone. Did you, Tebs?
No.
I'll
answer for him so he doesn't have to pick up his microphone. So he can go back to playing FIFA.
literally what I'm doing, yeah.
I know. I can see your eyes off to the side.
Professionalism.
Weren't you playing Madden when you were at work? What happened to your Madden season? What happened to your Lions season?
No, do you know what happened is that all the players it's when it's all the custom players that they bring in and it gets a bit boring.
Oh, so the draft classes.
Yeah,
but you can keep downloading so people create the draft the future draft classes, and you can download those onto the roster of the download.
I've done that a few times, but then it's I don't know too many of the college players who are going to be in the 2025 draft. So it's got
I know a couple, but not too many. I know 23 and 24 more.
That's it, and it's I also tried to download the 1962 draft as well, just to try and get that in as well. But I couldn't.
Fuck off, Ipswich.
And Detroit Lions are fucking boring the players anyway.
I've just had an update from Mikey Gray while we're just on. Alpha's 21, Bombers 6. 21-0, ball recovered on the 10 by the Bombers D in the final 10 minutes of the quarter, which they punched in, I think, has already come up, but I was just thought I'd give Mikey a shout out.
Mavericks 38-3. Latest TD involves plenty of missed tackles and about 5 spins for a 10-yard touchdown.
Love a spin move.
I feel like the squadron could put all 18 players on the field at the same time and they still wouldn't stop East Kent.
Or anyone.
Right, so second half has started and the Blitz have the ball, but Cambridge Cats have said that Kay, with another good catch and run, puts the Cats into Blitz territory. T then catches the long bomb for 46 yards. Touchdown! 2-point attempt is good with Jimmy running it in unopposed.
So what's the score?
They didn't say. 31-0 kick to come. Oh, no, 2 points. So 33-0. 33-0.
Yeah.
33-0.
Cool.
So Renegades recover a fumble in inside the 20, first and 10 on the 12. So Berkshire in scoring position there against East Essex. So we could see a shake-up in that division. Did you just do like a ooh, I'm winning shimmy? No, actually, even if so, this is a bit of a dead rubber because even if East Essex loses, they still finish 7-1, and Berkshire will finish at 6-2. So East Essex are in the playoffs no matter what. So this one could be a little bit of a dead rubber for them.
Yeah. Fair enough. I thought
lowest ranked Div 1 team play one playoff game against the third ranked Div 2 team for a spot in Div 1.
Yeah, that's been talked about for ages, like the gulag, to see if the relegations or the promotions go. Is that the wrong word? But
no. like an all v all sort of thing.
Yeah, it's just a fucking free for all.
Just a big fist fight.
Everyone gets a knife. Everyone gets a shield. And
what it actually is is they've created a specialty ground in Milton Keynes because Milton Keynes is a fucking weirdly built place to begin with.
Milton Keynes Bowl.
So it's the perfect place to build it. And what it is, it's 2 fields and they're like that. Yeah. And at the same time, and there's a game being played that way and a game being played that way. But there's 4 balls in play and you have to play defense like that and offense like that.
Why does this sound like something I could easily adopt for a game?
Yeah, that you're giving him ideas.
The only issue you would have with it is actually finding a field that's like this and like this.
You could use cones.
We could cone it out.
You could probably just do it on the road. And the winner obtains maximum control of all of those little fucking delivery robots in Milton Keynes.
Oh,
they're so cool.
Amazing, mate. Amazing.
Love them.
It's the future.
I'm tempted
Milton
to get
Keynes
the game day
the
ball
future.
for the Slate and the Stone delivered by one of those.
Oh, get delivered by...
You could
do
do
the trophies.
You can do that easy. Mate. Like the co-op that delivers them is literally round the corner from the pitch. So you just go there and say, "Look, can you just get this?" That'd be so good. Anyway,
so Northants have put their backup QB in, and they've scored. Josh Randall goes over the top, hits Lewis Mood in stride for TD. Extra points good. Northants Knights lead 46-8, and this is why I thought Swindon were going to fold because they're getting the shit kicked out of them, and they knew they were going to get the shit kicked out of them last time, so they folded.
Right, they didn't fold. They
folded the game. They were playing poker and they folded their hand.
Northants, right? What's the score there?
46-8.
46. Okay, cool. But yeah, this suggestion from Nathan, like, it's been one that's been around a while. I actually really like it. I like the whole idea of there being this playoff, like this promotion relegation game. But then I don't know. I suppose.
So in other words, if you're auto,
yeah,
I was gonna say, so you're auto promoting the top 2 teams, and you're auto relegating the bottom. Wow, how does this work?
No, lowest ranked team in Div 1
is playing the 3rd ranked team in Div 2. You've got, but
oh no, sorry, that's not. I misread that. I thought it was. This is for the teams that are going to pass each other going up and down to play each other to see if they actually do go up and down.
No, so this is separate. This is
separate,
but I don't understand how this works, because if the lowest ranked team in Div 1, they're already coming down. So because I'm assuming if they're playing the third ranked team, you've got 2 teams going up. So you've got to have 2 teams coming down anyway for those 2 to go up. Why is the third ranked team involved? Is my question.
Yeah, maybe he's explaining comments, or he will.
I don't know. But I wanted to touch on this from a wee while ago.
So we had Coach Rains, who led this discussion for the group of teams. He was on the Breen's live stream on Friday evening talking about it. So watch that. I'll go back and watch that. And then I messaged Tebs about us doing that.
Fuck off, Mikey. He's popping his head up above.
So yeah, and I messaged Tebs about it, and we're going to probably pick it apart and do a little article on it because it's something we followed. I don't really want to get into it now.
Tebs has no idea because he's playing FIFA, so he's
miles away. Tebs ain't even listening. He's muted us.
I do know what you're talking about. It's just I've not got anything to add. Yes, Steve said let's do an article on it. What did he say?
Confirm.
Yes, he did. Yeah. and we'll do it.
Yeah, so we're going to look into it a bit more because just from the wording of of that statement, which was a joint statement between BAFA and those group of clubs, there's some stuff that is actually, you can read it and it's a bit more passive and a step back from what was proposed. You know, like, oh, we will, like the famous thing that politician Cricket Pete likes to say is that they'll look into something for the future. So whenever I read that in the thing, I was like, all right, so that's a fuck you. That's a fuck you. So you can see the things that they focused on.
So that's the thing. We weren't even the first people doing the fuck off. Cricket Pete's been doing the fuck off.
Yeah, he's,
like with all of his statement.
Yeah. So So I don't know. I feel like it's 70-80% lip service anyway, and that time will tell if these things happen. But there will be, like, it looks like the big thing that will be changed is the yellow card, red card system being
reinstatement.
Yeah,
and then Tom's mentioned here. So Sam mentioned BAFTA's fees being cut by 50% for the 2023 season. Tom's mentioned fees only cut if a player joins halfway through the season. It's not cut if someone plays a full season. I mean, that should be fucking a staple anyway. You should not be paying a full season's worth of fees if you're not paying. It should be aggregated for how many games that you're going to be playing.
Why is he called Cricket Pete? Sorry.
Who? What? What do you mean? What? What do you mean? Why is he called Cricket Pete?
So
his heart's with cricket.
His heart is in cricket, and he's actually got 2 jobs on different cricket boards that he does that take up most of his time, and he looks after BAFA. For between 50 and 60k salary, that basic salary. So we don't know what his bonuses and his dividends are as a director. About 2 days a week he does. So cricket is his favourite. So we call him Cricket Pete. That's why.
So Tom's asking if the game's going to be held in the middle of a roundabout.
Well, it's got to be.
Well, there's no other place to play it if it's being held in Milton Keynes.
If we're going to Milton Keynes, that's a given.
Yeah,
right?
It's the only place there's space for you to do anything. The Sabres with the pick. But almost went for 6. Last man open field tackle saves the Renegades.
Yeah.
If EC6 lose, does that mean Northants would move up the rankings to 3, not 4? Yes, because Northants will be undefeated.
Is he talking about power rankings though, or is he talking about?
I don't know.
If it's power rankings, we don't deal with that.
Yeah, we don't do them. We're not the Breens. If you're talking about like actual playoff rankings, they would, because EC6 would fall to being the only undefeated team that lost. Well, they're no longer an undefeated team. All other playoffs teams from the South and Div 2 will be undefeated based on their records currently. Tom reckons they should keep a Div 2 national final. So North versus South.
It's currently North East South. Yeah, and they'll always like the whole time it's split. That's what everyone will always say is we could play one more game. You know, like
Stampede 44-0 against the Source.
Half time. So that's running clock for second half.
Yeah, it's running clock for second half if they come out.
We're gonna have 12-minute halves, and can you guys take a knee on every third down, and just the stupid rules they'll put in place.
We need to let him off. He did a 40-second video for the GB women.
Who's that? What? Cricket Pete.
Cricket Pete.
Yeah.
I bet he was in his cricket whites, just about to go out and.
I bet he did it. I bet he did it. He was doing it to the stump
Like a
cam.
bat, he had a bat on his shoulder, like, come on, let's go, American, whatever it is.
He had his wicket keeping gloves on. He was just speaking to stump cam behind as the bowler was coming in.
He sort of like turns around in his chair. Oh, hi there. I was just enjoying the cricket, but I still have time for you. But let me talk about cricket for 30 seconds, and then I'll spend 10 seconds talking about American football.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Well done to
my work week."
And he's sitting there. He's like, "Well done to the GB." He just appeals in the middle of his video.
Come on, girls, hit him for 6.
Fuck's sake.
I just fucking hate it, man.
Wyvern score from the 2-yard line. 2 PAT is good. 13-8 to the Apache.
Close
that game
game.
is spicy.
I should have stayed there. I knew it.
British League, only league in Europe that have 15-minute quarters. I believe that the rest are 12-minute quarters.
Yeah, they are. That's got a. We lost Mikey.
No, he's removed himself. He's probably gone.
Yeah. I think
nanobladder.
Deliveroo.
He's got nanobladder.
I think this is an interesting discussion because I was talking to Steve Rains about this, and he told me the history of it. It was only turned to 12-minute quarters when IFAF was run initially by a load of German individuals, and it was for German TV. They changed a load of things that created the IFAF yard, so it was 100 yards, yards, and knocked it down to 12-minute quarters because of there was complaints about the duration of the game. So there's no good reason why it's 12 minutes. I actually think the bigger question is why aren't we playing 15 minutes? But at the same time, if Europe is playing 12 minutes, everyone in Europe is playing 12 minutes, and that's what we play at an international level, then
that's what we should be playing.
Yeah, maybe we should conform to it. But I get what Steve Rains is saying with well, we shouldn't even have 12 minutes anyway. But I think that's a harder thing to fix. It's an influencing thing. We're unlikely to influence, our nation that's not very good at American football, influence the whole of the IFAF Europe leagues to change the way that they play the game.
Berkshire Renegades fullback runs for 35 yards into the red zone, first and goal from the 5. Come on, the fullbacks! We love a wishbone.
Who are the Renegades playing? The Sabres.
East Essex. Yeah. So you're loving
Come
that.
on, you motherfuckers!
So the Bulls are kicking off. So Birmingham just kicking off against Halton now. So 4 p.m. kickoff in that game. Northants have scored again. McCurry with the run in to the score. 2-pointers good by Gordon. Knights 54-8. Gameday live. The touchdown signal is the same as a 6 in cricket. So there's no confusion for Pete.
We don't have one of them though, do we? We don't have one of them before.
Well, it depends if you're doing a pre-game warm-up or...
Yeah. That's always gone in my head when I see that.
Makes me think. All I'm hearing is like Age of Empires, the old priests.
Yeah. That's essentially it. Yeah. But yeah, it's a good point, and it's only a matter of time before he does even less than what he currently does now. It's great.
Yeah, because we hopefully get him sacked. Well, not us. Not us. I say that like we've got an
Can you imagine if we did, though, Game Day Live, credited for, stopping 50 grand of clubs' money and everyone's money. Oh, wow. Is that Tebs's?
Let's blame Tebs.
There we go.
I've removed him.
Yeah.
It's gone. I can't hear it anymore.
But yeah, if we got rid of him, so you've got fee paying money, 50 grand of it goes back into the league instead of going into
Game Day Live, and we can give out prizes.
Oh mate, imagine that.
We should get all the 50. We should get the 50 grand.
£1,000. There you go.
Yeah, we'll just make up some stupid thing like you got to get a picture of you pouring a teapot of Fanta over your cat, and then you get it. Whoever does that.
Why?
Well, why not? What are you going to do with the money?
That's animal cruelty. What do you mean, why not? Don't pour a teapot of Fanta.
How's it cruel?
What do you mean, how's it cruel?
Is it cruel to pour Fanta over a cat?
A teapot of it, yeah.
Nah, I think you guys are fucking soft. Okay,
I think you're
right. What about over over a picture of your cat
yeah, picture of your cat.
while your cat watches.
I'd be stoked for Game Day Live to get 50 grand, because maybe Steve could stop promising to pay me at the beginning of every year, and then it'd be great.
When have I ever fucking said that? I'll send you a hat. That's all.
No, you fucking won't. You don't send me
No.
anything anymore.
Everything
goes to. I bet you, Mikey's got new Sport Tank swag in his fucking. Like, it's the
Oh
only thing in
yeah,
his
Mike's
house.
got everything.
I bet you he's got
He's
nothing in
got
his house.
wallpaper. He's got Sport
Yeah.
Tank wallpaper.
No,
I bet Mike's house is empty apart from just a bag in the corner with Sport Tank written on it, full of merch.
Yeah.
Nothing else in his fucking house, and he didn't even take that with him. You sent it to his new house.
Yeah, that's it.
And
Yeah,
I've
I did. Yeah.
Last thing I got from you was a
No,
gridiron hub fucking
I
face
didn't
mask.
send it. I drove it.
Yeah,
down there.
Yeah.
Because
And you walked it. You did a Forrest Gump.
Yeah, there you go.
You did a hand
here's your
delivered.
Sports Out merch.
Yeah.
Oh god. So yeah,
Kev, where'd you go, mate?
If you're in the comments, what would you do with 50 grand? That, you know, if Cricket Pete was gone because, you know, Game Day Live did some, you know, pulled off an absolute masterstroke and made.
Why are you bringing Game Day Live into it? Let's just talk
Buried
about.
by Tibbs and Mike Stand.
But
Look
why
at that.
can't it
That is
just
a
be-
fucking mic stand, Barry.
Why-
Go back to watching the Bombers games.
Why can't it just be that the incompetence that has been portrayed over the last 2 years is enough for not just Cricket Pete, his band of merry men and the board members to just fuck off? That's what it should be. It shouldn't be anything that we say. It's not us. It's actually them. We're holding a mirror up or a spotlight onto it. That's all we're doing. They're shit, right? They're shit.
Yeah, fuck offs of the year again. Fuck
Yeah,
all off.
yeah.
That's
Well, I
what-
just
that's
wanted
what
to.
I got
I
a
just
piece
thought
of
Game
paper
Day
so I can
Live.
write a
I just
fuck
thought saying
off.
Game Day Live do it. It shouldn't be us that do it. It should be that common sense prevails.
Just continuing on from the their shit rant.
Golden turd for the worst team.
So there's a golden turd, also in terms of shit, and continuing on with the their shit theme. Halton Spartans have conceded inside the first minute. The Bulls are up 7-0.
Okay, yeah, of course they
Who
just
is this-
started, didn't they?
Who is the shittest team this season?
the
Torbay or
Lightning.
Dunfermline?
The Lightning.
Boo Lightning.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
thinking
but
of
that's
Lightning.
different. I'm talking about just on-field performance.
DC Presidents.
On-field
On-field
who's the shittest?
on-field
DC
performance.
President?
I'm saying Dunfermline or Torbay
Why not DC Presidents?
because they've scored more points.
Have
Who
they?
should fold?
Yeah,
all three.
everyone. Div
Boo
2.
Lightning.
Or did he?
No, I've played. There is some quality ball played in Div 2 at times.
Where?
DC Presidents have scored 22 points. That's nearly 4 times as many points as Torbay.
Yeah, but then the opponents that they've played, does that factor into it? Have they scored 22
Mate,
points?
Torbay's played Cornwall and they still lost them by 60.
Yeah, Torbay are bad.
That is my argument is the fact they lost to Cornwall by 60.
Yeah,
That's where I put.
Cornwall
That's
should
where I
have been
put.
so much better. Like they did so well last year to Cornwall. They were brilliant. Like they lost games, but they weren't.
Yeah,
Like, they were like a heroes team.
I'm making a stand. Right. I'm sick and tired of hearing they played all their games. Right. I'm not going to congratulate people for
They're
playing all their
supposed
fucking
to.
games. Yeah, that's literally like saying, like, as a parent and being like, oh, my kid didn't get taken off me by child services. It's not fucking supposed to get taken off you by child services. You're supposed to raise a child. You are supposed to play all your games.
Hold on, Oz.
You
Can we have a round of applause for me for eating lunch today? By the way,
Yeah. No, can we
I
like
was fucking at it, and I ate the whole thing.
Fucking
no,
hell.
I'm sick
The
and
whole
tired
thing?
of
Fucking
congratulating.
hell.
Yeah, just fucking at it.
No.
You know what I mean? Like
It's like being married.
that's
You're like,
what I mean,
oh,
it's
I've never cheated on my
expected,
wife.
innit?
I've never cheated on my wife.
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Like-
I didn't punch Bex today.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I have a
100%.
round of applause for that then? Come on.
I didn't shit
I
my
didn't
neighbour's
pour-
letterbox.
I didn't pour Fanta
Well
on me
done.
cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Despite
and then-
pressure, despite £1,000 price.
Grand.
Oh, yeah.
No,
not
not
teacup.
today.
It's a teacup.
Yeah, it's a teapot. No, you said teapot. You
Teapot,
said
yeah,
teapot.
teapot,
You
yeah.
said, and then on top of that though, played 2 games of 17 players. That is not good. We should not be congratulating them for playing 2 games of 17. No, your team is so in such dire straits that you've only got 17 fucking players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cricket Pete gets more to that to his Saturday, and they can only field 11.
Well, so can we only field 11.
No, but you can go both ways.
At one time, yeah.
Like, it's just, no, we should not be congratulating these teams. Like, and I get it, you're like, oh, they did well. No, they didn't. They've put themselves in this situation.
Hey, they ball so hard, motherfuckers want to find them.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, DC and Source have pulled out against. Correct. DC and Source are fucking shit cunts. I'm not arguing the point.
Yeah.
Like, they are terrible as well. These are not mutually exclusive.
It's like you're comparing, like, 2 criminals. Like, oh, yeah, well,
Oh, he's a child molester. He's a child molester.
yeah, but he touched kids, so...
Yeah. They're both
I can go home, right? I can go home.
yeah.
Hey, what?
You're sitting there you're in the courthouse. You're in the courthouse, and literally...
Sure we shouldn't have waited till the watershed to start broadcasting.
Nah,
this.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Fuck 'em.
This isn't what we do. You know what I mean? Like Gridiron Hub. Sorry, not Gridiron Hub. The old Gridiron Hub.
Fucking hell.
Does other stuff. This is just a little added extra.
So Nick's saying
if this gets taken away from us, cool. We can focus on other stuff.
Prem team's pulling out with 16 players at kickoff. Kings are better than that. No, the thing is, they're not better than that. They're just not that bad, right? This is not. They're better than that. They are still shithouse. Like if you're getting pummeled by 50, 60, 70 points in Div 2, you need to have a look at yourself. Like you need to. But just because some other organization's house is on fire doesn't mean that yours isn't. Like, you can't sit there and you look at yours and you're like, wow, it's just an electrical fire, isn't it? Like, I'll cut off the back extension and the house will survive. Look at him. His whole top story's on fire. No, both of your houses are on fire. Sort your fucking shit out. It's just there has been so many shithouse teams that now the standard is we played all our games.
Yeah.
That's
like
the standard is not supposed to be, oh, we played all our games. That is an expectation. That is a minimum expectation of your entry into this league, is you played all your games. We should not be applauding teams for playing all their games, right? We should not be applauding teams for playing a game with 17 players. We should be lambasting teams for playing a game with 17 players. Your organization is so fucking shocking. Yes, I know, touchdown Renegades. Your team is so fucking shocking that you're having to play a game with 17 players. Like, your organization is in dire straits. You need to get your house in order. We should not be congratulating you for turning up to a game. Well, they didn't call player safety on this one. So, you're still shithouse.
Yeah.
Go on,
tell us what you really think, Oz.
Morecambe Bay.
They
folded before the season even started.
Yeah, Morecambe Bay's pretty good. The Kestrels, remember them?
No.
Exactly. Well, that's my
was that Carlisle?
Carlisle. No.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Carlisle Sentinels?
Oh yeah. The Sentinels.
No, the Kestrels weren't Carlisle, I don't think. I'll find out who they were.
Blue Lightning.
Who was the team? Who was the team that folded in the NFC 2 West that left us with only 3 fucking teams in that division? Who was the team in the division with the Surge, the Miners, and Crew that folded and left us with 3 fucking teams in that division? No. They are the worst. Because not only did they leave us with 3 fucking teams, 2 of those teams are Lee and Crew.
Was it? Oh, I can't remember.
Oh God!
I'm gonna have a look.
It was
Morecambe. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Morecambe wins. Morecambe is the fucking shittest team of this season. 2022 fuck you award goes to the Morecambe Bay Storm. Morecambe is a shout. They dropped out of our league to 3 teams, so we had to traipse to Crew and Surge twice each. There we go. Yep, Morecambe is just the fucking shittest team. Saw an ad for a new team in Carlisle. It's Cumbria something.
Yeah, I saw that. There are people posting stuff on our community page. We love you, Berkshire. We do.
Steve lives in Berkshire. He do.
I live quite close to the Renegades, but I don't play for them.
Mavericks 46-3 full time.
Wow.
Sabres are marching 1st and 10 on the 12. As we could see, if the same is score here, you could be right.
I'm only joking. I like as I've shown. I back them. I play for them if they were better, but I would. I wouldn't have to travel to fucking Bristol.
If you
Cumbria
want to be
Wildcats.
better, just be better.
Cumbria Wildcats, you can fuck off and all. Why do we need it? Why do we need a team in Cumbria?
Well, and there was another team, the Pennine Panthers, that were an AGL team. There's a Cumbria team, the Pennine Panthers AGL team that are looking to go and do associate.
Bombers QB is out, having to run the Wildcat offense now. We don't need a team in Cumbria. Like,
I don't even know where Cumbria is, mate.
It's the fucking Hadrian's Wall.
North.
It's the last county.
Hadrian's Wall. Right, so it's like on the borders.
Yeah, it's on the Scottish border. Yeah.
Right,
Travel to fucking Scotland. Cumbria Cougars were good back in the day. Well, I got news for you, Russ. Russ, we're not in back in the day. Like,
it is the Carlisle Kestrels. It is the Carlisle Kestrels. That was the team.
OVE, Colchester 21-12 over OVE. Birmingham score again. Ben Fleet with a 6-pointer from Cal. Chris Elsey secures the additional 14-0 Birmingham over.
That is the Carlisle Kestrels logo. And I know you'll probably say it's a bit blocky. Well, that's the best resolution that they produced of it.
If it means that they can join the NFC 2 West, then he'll have a Cumbria team. I get that, Nick. Because, I mean, obviously you don't want to have to be fucking... Like, I think Nick's associated with the Surge is what I inferred.
No, I thought Nick was the Lee Miners.
I saw it was a comment he mentioned.
I may be wrong.
Go on, Lee.
Where was it? I was reading it. Head to traipse to Crew and Surge. Yeah, so yes, he's Lee Miners. Sorry, Lee Miners.
Come on! I fucking know Britball. Fuck you.
Pick 6 from the Apache defense sees them stretch their lead to 21-8 fourth quarter.
This is the best day of my life.
Morecambe back.
Softbacks.
Yeah.
Three kids and a marriage. This is the best day of his life.
Yeah. Yeah, I stand by it.
Morecambe Bay, Carlisle, and Furness combined apparently to create Cumbria.
Oh my god, it's like Power Rangers but shitness to create one big shit Megazord.
All you end up doing is you've just made one big turd. You've just
like fucking Transformers combining to and you're like this limping.
Oh, no. Like, I know where you're going. Just don't. I'm stopping you there. I know where you're going. Stop.
Kill me. Just like say, kill me. That's all it can say.
Save us 4th and 15 at the 17 time. Must be running out for them to claw this back. We're not back in the day, but if we were, would the sport be in the predicament that it's in now?
Nope.
No.
No.
Why would you choose a name of an existing team, hung Wildcats Youth Junior? They should just join the Hunters or another team. Same for the Panthers. Too much saturation for the Northwest England as it is. Yes, I agree. Join Scotland. Just fucking drive up.
Panthers.
That's another team, isn't there?
Isn't that the 8x8? Isn't that the AGL one?
No, the Pennine Panthers.
Pennine.
Is that where? I don't know where the Pennines are.
So the Pennines are the mountains between Yorkshire and Lancashire. So they're up this area, and I think they go all the way up to fucking Cumbria. Yes, Somerset Bristol update is this: 21-8 for Bristol over Somerset. Pennine, 30 miles from 3 teams. Cumbria covers a large area all the way from above Lancashire, from above Lancaster all the way up to Carlisle, and they're all fucking shithouse. It's all you're doing is you're just spreading your mediocrity among all you're doing is you're like, oh, you're terrible, come here. You're terrible, come here, and we're just gonna make this fucking.
That's what South East Squadron wasn't that a combination of
the Pumas and a couple
Hastings.
Others. No, because Hastings became the
Hastings
Thunderbolts.
were the Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts, and they were fucking mediocrity as well. And then they folded. All you're doing is you're just taking this fucking shithousery and from all these little areas and putting it together, and it's just absolute mediocrity. Russ needs a commode.
Careful, that
You
might
don't
be
need
a spelling
mate,
mistake. So we
no,
don't know.
Russ doesn't need a commode. Just get another pie.
Yeah, pudding. He just absolutely pudding himself.
So much saturation in the Northwest, yet we have the division with 3 teams basically. Because you're all bang average. All of you. No offense, Nick. I'm sorry. Like, it's just so... Ugh. Sabres take the field goal and pull within a score, 10-3. Northampton now on a running... Mate, they've been on a running clock since half-time. Like, that game is way out of hand. 2-minute warning.
What was the 3? 10... Who got the 3?
So Northants have just said, now I know why Swindon didn't want to play. Holston rushes in for the score. Extra point is good. Knights lead 62-8. That was the official Northants Twitter saying that.
Quality.
So Ryan's just said, how dare you, I'm drastically worse than bang average. In response to me saying all of the Northwest. I'm sorry.
62-8?
Yeah, Northants over. This is why Swindon pulled out of the last game. This is why last time they played, they pulled out. And then they gained... Like, I didn't think they were going to play this, but I'm assuming that public backlash was so fucking big that they were like, well, we have to go out and play this. Because if they hadn't, that would have been like 10 weeks that Northants hadn't played a game going into playoffs.
Wow. But so the interesting thing is that all of those teams that have fought, like there was a question earlier, which was which teams would have been impacted to associate this year. Well, if you're in Div 2, if you're in Div 1 or the Prem, you got relegated down. If you're in Div 2, you got automatically associate. And if you in Div 1 or the Prem and you got a second yellow, it was associate, right? So the O's and Kent Exiles from the Prem South would have been Div 1 next year.
No, because the O's folded 2, didn't they?
No, I think it's only one. I think it's one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean shit for the O's because they were already in relegated.
No, it doesn't. And so, and that gives, again, that sort of fuels the whole, do you then double relegate them because they've, you get one for each thing.
Because I think that played into a lot into their decision to not play the game. That they were like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's the Warriors. We're going to get pumped by 100.
But the thing is, what all of these teams are overlooking is the part of the rule that BAFA's put in place that said we will take each case on its merit. So BAFA could still review this and say, no, actually, you're not doing that. You can go, like you can drop down to Div 2. We know that they won't do any of that, and that they'll be as nice as they want. They want to drive participation so that they've got more membership fees so that they can justify the existence of the 2 paid members of the management team.
Well, there you go.
So
right, okay.
They're not going to try and get rid of teams. They're going to try and keep hold, which is why they got rid of the rule. But now they've realised how bad that made the game. They oversteered on it, impacted the integrity of the game, which surprised 0 people outside of BAFA, and now they've had to do a reversal on it.
Yes.
Crew forfeited 2, so they would be Crew. They were Div 2 anyway, weren't they?
Yeah. So it wouldn't matter if they forfeited 1 or 2. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. But by that rule, yeah.
So
anyone that forfeits 2 is associate. Anyone that forfeits 1 is relegated. That's the rule. So it's like that's why it's called the yellow card rule.
So who am I missing?
Card.
So I've got the O's, the Exiles, the Storm, the Source, the Presidents, and Crew. Did the Revs forfeit a game?
I don't think so.
Let me have a look. No, I don't think they did.
Nah.
I can have a look. I've got a spreadsheet.
They've got a fair hiding a few times, but I don't think they forfeited them.
But then, see, this also pays into account. I think if you don't finish a game, that should be considered a forfeit, as in punished as one. So I think, let's say it was, I don't know, 40-0. Yeah, so let's say it was 40-0, and your team said, no, we can't. You're not coming out for the second half, or we want to play 12-minute quarters or whatever. Say, right, cool, yeah, we'll do that, but that's a yellow card.
Yeah, so we've got
that's
just added from the comments. We've got Thunder, Blackhawks, also the Lightning as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to get them all up. But yeah, there's quite a few.
No payoffs. Do you mean no playoffs or no payoffs? I'm unsure on that one.
Yeah, he means playoffs. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was another rule. Do you know what? I think that's an interesting part of this, Russ. I think that's what they said. Is if you forfeit 1, then you can't be in the playoffs either.
And there was also Nathan, as Nathan's just mentioned, if they forfeit a game in back-to-back seasons, you're associate as well. Did Horton make up their postponed game to Leicester? That was what I was going to ask. Did the Spartans make up their postponed
I don't
game?
think so. I don't
Hold
think
on.
so. Is that the
don't
one
think
where
so
they
either.
couldn't
Right.
find a pitch?
So
Yeah.
I'll just go through. I've got to do home then away, but Clyde Valley, Doncaster Mustangs, DC Presidents, South Links Lightning, DC Presidents again, so that's 2 for them. Squadron, Source, Nottingham Raiders, Sussex Thunder, London Olympians, Crew Railroaders, Cornwall Monarchs, Swindon Storm, Crew Railroaders again, so that's 2 for them. Kent Exiles, right? So that's all of the away ones. Let me just see if there's any home. Fuck off. Yeah, there is. Not so many, just 2. But those ones are the Worcester Black Knights and Nottingham Raiders again. So those
So
are
the Raiders,
all of
the Raiders did 2 and the Black
Twice.
Knight. Yeah, so the night, like, so Source did 2 and the Raiders did 2.
Yep. So those teams and Crew.
So, yeah, so I've got Crew,
DC.
the Source, the Presidents, and the Raiders should all be
the
instantly
associate.
instantly associate. Then that gives us the O's, the Exiles, the Storm, the Thunder, the Blackhawks, the Lightning, the Spartans, the Mustangs, and the Monarchs. So
We'll get to
out of
know them.
those, so Monarchs associate, Mustangs associate, Spartans associate, Lightning associate, Blackhawks associate, Thunder Div 2, Storm Div 2.
Well, Thunder are
Exiles.
already Div 2 next year, are they not?
Yeah, they lost their.
So-
Well, it depends. It depends for them because Portsmouth. No,
No,
actually
surely
no.
they
So,
got relegated.
no.
Surely they got relegated.
If it's only 1 up, 1 down, then yeah, it will be Sussex going down because they didn't win a game, whereas Portsmouth won one.
So
They won their last
so
game.
by that rule, or by our implication of it, we're saying Sussex should go associate because
Should go
they
associate.
need to be punished for it.
Yeah,
That's the punishment.
and then the
right?
Storm would be Div 2, Exiles would be Div 1, and then the O's would be Div 2.
Yep. No. Yes. That's mental. We should do a little.
So apparently Horton did make up their game against Leicester.
They must have done because it hasn't been read out there.
Yeah. Played against. They played after the Nighthawks at JMO. Grey area when Baffert says case by case. Didn't the Hunters
Yeah,
game
that's it.
against
They
Clyde
created
Valley
this
get?
grey area. Fucking
Didn't the Hunters
stupid.
game against Clyde Valley get awarded as a 1-1 tie? I have no idea.
Let me just check. So, which game? Hunters.
Clyde Valley.
Clyde Valley. Was that the? Hold on.
I've got it as a 0-0 on here. But they did the Blackhawks did fold one against the Stags by the looks of it. So it doesn't matter if they got a 1-1 tie against the Hunters, they folded against the Stags. So
Yeah, they did.
so that we've only got them down for 1 because they folded against the.
Yeah, the other one I don't.
So Tom's just said yeah it did. So Clyde Valley to Hunters was a 1-1 tie. I think that was to do with refs, wasn't it? If I remember rightly.
Clyde Valley at the. I haven't got that written down. Let me just.
So
check.
it's on our website. It's shown as a 0-0 draw.
Ah, that's why. Okay, so it should be 1-1.
Yeah, so it was a 1-1 draw.
What the fuck? What a stupid. And which game? The Clyde Valley and the Hunters on the 1st of May. I'm guessing.
Week 4, 1st of May. Yeah. So Scunthorpe's up 31-6 over the Bombers. Yeah, so Collins just said no refs. So it was a 1-1 draw because they couldn't get refs. Couldn't play it. Baffert fucked him. Last you heard, Donny were up 21-0. Boo, Lightning! Fuck yes. They pulled out with less than 36 hours notice, 2 years associate, or drop 2 divs. That's plain house shithousing. Yeah, to be honest, the night before, like, both Kent and fucking the O's are just unreal cases. What, Kent pulled out day off?
Warm up. No, 3 hours before, and
Yeah.
O's 15 minutes before kickoff.
Yeah. So both of those, fucking shocking. Mate, Northampton's just atting Swindon on Twitter. and it just has you asked for it. Swindon just see out the clock to stop the beating. Final score 62-8 off onto the playoffs. The North Ends. Let's go North Ends.
62-8.
Yeah.
Right, let me just put that in.
Right.
We
So
haven't got many other scores, have we? I don't think there's not much coming through.
Renegades punt, Sabres on opponents 35. Can't be much time left in the match. I believe it was a refs issue and they couldn't agree on a rearranged date, which is why it was a 1-1 draw for.
Fucking weird.
Yeah. Halton with a good drive, ending with a touchdown run. Extra point. So the extra 2-point run fails. Bulls lead 14-6. Cambridgeshire Blitz game is ongoing. Blitz intercept the pass. Blitz first down on their 8-yard line. And then looks like there was a couple more plays, and then the Cambridgeshire QB or running back was strip sacked. No, QB was strip sacked, and the Blitz recover inside of our red zone. So Blitz be looking to get some points on the board against the Cats there.
I just got a message while you've been talking about people like conceding and pulling out of games. North Ants, their last game would have been the 15th of May. If Swindon had pulled out of today, it would have been 15th of May. And then their next game would have been 12th of August, 12 weeks.
I had a massive rant about this last week. I went off on Worcestershire and Swindon and that's why I thought Swindon weren't going to play. And then I think they did play purely because of backlash. Because I think they were planning on pulling out, and then they just couldn't do it because it would have been so bad. So, controversial PI puts the Sabres on 1st and goal on the 6 against the Renegades. Oh, and that's a 10-3 scoreline.
James, if I can get some scores.
Touchdown Sabres! The Sabres are in! Fuck off. We've got 10-9. Okay. In this game, time must be running out. It's 4:30. This was a 2:00 kickoff. Time's running out. You're down 10-9. This decides are you third or fourth for playoff seeding, right? So you've made playoffs, but this decides are you third or fourth. And this is what I was going to say. Do you go for 2 or do you go for the extra point? There we go. Tom says go for 2.
Oh fuck!
Because we can have ties in Britball, can't we? Yeah, you got to go for 2. You've got to go for 2.
Finish on a tie, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to go for 2.
I reckon they're going for 1.
Because yeah, exactly. Brad says go for 2. Because the thing is, a tie is just as bad as a loss in this case. Because every other team that you're up against for playoff seeding is undefeated. So even if you get a tie, it doesn't fucking matter. It's you haven't got the perfect record anymore. Nathan says 2-point conversion needed. They're gonna go for 2. Come on, Sabres. Come on, Sabres. Another pick 6 for the Alphas. For the Apache. 34-10. Bristol over Somerset. So nice convincing win there for Bristol, and that will. I'm pretty sure that will secure first. I think they will be first place in the. Yeah. Oh my God! It's injury time. Player down.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Another pick 6 for the Apache. Yeah.
Mate, they will. So in Div 2 playoffs, they will be number 1 seed.
Oh yeah.
So then that will mean.
How is it 8? How is it 10? I didn't realize Somerset had 8. Did they get a sack?
Safety, you mean? Must have.
Well, it could have been a sack, but also a safety.
It could have been both. Last update I've got from Somerset is 13-8, so I think they stopped tweeting after Bristol started running up the score.
Oh dear.
I thought it was the Stags at 1 as they conceded better point. We're not talking about Scunthorpe or the Stags, Brad. We're talking about the South, not the North. So they returned to 2 PAT.
Ah, right. Quality.
Oh wow.
That's the Apache ties with the Stags at 30 points conceded, I believe. Does it matter though, because you're completely opposite divisions, or are you more is this just bragging rights, Tom? Are you just saying, yeah, there we go. For bragging rights. 2-point attempt is...
It's It'd be great if he didn't bother answering this.
Yeah, he just logs off.
Yeah.
Can we get? Where's the hackers when we need a live stream for East Essex versus Berkshire right now? Like, give me a live stream.
Come on, hackers! Come on!
I don't want to see Notting. I don't want to see Nottingley versus Gateshead. Give me East Essex, Berkshire. Cricket 4 signal needed for nerves. Time out. No.
Hey, fair play.
Oh my god.
Ice it. Just
Love
ice it.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Oh dear, oh dear.
So Halton with the good. As I mentioned, where Halton scored, and it was 14-6. Halton recovered their own onside kick early in the first quarter. A blown coverage on a deep ball sets up another Spartans TD run. Injury timeout while we await the extra point. 14-12. Birmingham over Halton.
Fair
Here
play.
I was talking about maybe Hayden's onto something. Maybe he's got
shout out to Molly Bryson of the Halton Spartans. Go ahead, Gav.
Sabres line up. Scott is just building the drama here. Sabres line up for a second attempt at 2 point, and it's. He knows he's got us fucking hanging by a thread. No. Steam have only conceded 30 points as well, for what it's worth.
I should keep seeing things flash up, and I'm like,
good! Sabres lead 11-10! The drama! The drama!
Steve, you still love
yes, we know.
Britball?
Nah, shit.
We're not talking about the NFC South, we're talking about the SFC.
This
This is the SFC 2 that we're talking about, Brad. Talking about the
Damn it,
SFC 2.
Brad.
Oh, James, the pants are off. James is running around his lounge. No pants on.
No pants dance.
No pants dance.
You see, I can't do my usual thing of getting naked because I've got like there's not an awful lot of curtainage going on.
Oh, mate, it'd be
like,
so
Like
funny
that
if
has
you did.
ever. What the fuck are you talking about? It's not on a curtain. You literally did it on a fucking live stream. Like to all of these, you're like, oh, I can't show off my titties to people watching. Except you're showing off your titties to the people watching.
Titties.
titties.
I'm literally sat at West Ham. My messenger chat is more interesting getting updates. Yes, yes, it is more interesting than West Ham. Yeah, you chose your own fate on that one. You should have gone to watch East Essex play. No pants dance with Russell's puddings.
There you go. I take it seriously. I really take it seriously.
Russell's just sat there still pudding himself.
Darren's thrown his drill out of his bathroom. Darren's fixing his bath and he's fuming. Well, because he needed Berkshire to win to improve the standing for North Ants.
North Ants dance.
No fans.
The North Ants.
The North Ants no pants dance.
I would do the North Ants dance. I am a
North Ants no pants dance. That's the.
Fuck it. When they win the SFC South, or sorry, the SFC Div 2, I'll do it.
We haven't got a Source Hereford score, have we?
We had it was a blowout at one point.
Was it?
Yeah.
I meant to be asleep.
It was like 40. It was like 44-0 or some shit. I saw
I don't have it. I can't find it. What, to who?
to Hereford. They were getting the shit kicked out of them.
To Hereford, they were getting the shit. That doesn't make sense. They're both.
No, so it was the Source were getting the shit kicked out of them.
Ah,
It was 40. It was like 44-0 to Hereford. I'm just looking for it now.
yeah, I can't find it. Sebs, you had any luck on Facebook?
Yeah,
trying
Sam,
to-
44-0 at half
I
time.
fucking thing.
Yeah, it was
Sorry,
44-0 at half time. Steve,
To
Stampede. Yeah.
Sorry, Taz, what was it you just said?
No, I'm trying, but all the games that we haven't got scores for, it seems that we haven't got scores for a good
just
reason.
nothing.
'cause no
Yeah,
one's picking up.
That's the problem this time of year, and especially with a day where it's mostly Div 2 games. A lot of Div 2 teams just update, final or halftime scores, so it's just hard to find them. There's not many teams that do like live score updates. And if they
Nathan,
do,
I'm
they
gonna
usually use Twitter.
I'm gonna let you in a little secret, Nathan. Steve does not do well with asking or begging for things. The moment you ask him for something, you are 100% not getting that thing that you have asked for.
Yeah, that's true. So no, you can't.
Fuming. If the Black Knights of the Storm had turned up, Northants would have been higher. Very true, 100%. But it doesn't matter because that's not tiebreaker. It's points against in games played, so it doesn't matter they didn't turn up.
Fuming
It's
over
head-to-head.
nothing, Darren.
So head-to-head points differential
Why you
in
got-
regular season. So first tiebreaker is head-to-head point differential in regular season. Doesn't fucking matter because Northants hasn't played any of the 3 teams they're going up against. Second one is lowest average points conceded in games played. Doesn't matter if teams folded against you. You just needed to make sure you conceded less points in the games that you did play.
Yeah. So why don't you go and walk some Darrens? Darren Walker.
What?
Wow. Yeah, just yeah. Have a think about what you just said, Stevie. I'm waiting for him. I'm genuinely waiting for him to just say, "Well, fuck you. We've had a series."
And then end the stream, end the broadcast.
It's
Just
just him.
That was hilarious.
Oh, and that was terrible. Here you are talking about me having to go at Tom about beats, and you're just like,
He's
go
a
walk
Darren
some
Walker.
Darrens.
Yeah, go and walk some Darrens.
Yeah, and the Stags got beat.
I think that was a fucking funny joke.
Oh,
That's terrible. Score update.
Score update.
Nathan's told you to keep the cap. He will now.
Yeah, Stevie has.
You were never getting one, so yeah.
Still nil. No, we don't care. The awkward. Yes, there was definitely an awkward silence.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I think I can work out some playoff matchups.
I don't.
So
Here we go.
now that we've got
you
Mikey
sound like
here,
the Greens.
I definitely fucking don't. I heard the live stream. I do not sound a single thing. There's probably 2 different accents that you could find that do not sound like each other, more than me and the Breens. So Bristol's 1, Norwich will be 2. Actually,
The Sabres took a pick to the 1 yard line. Wow. What was the picture of?
apparently it's 14-12.
Oh, fucking hell. Jeez.
He's here all week.
14-12
folks.
Hunters Black Hawks at the start of the 4th. Touchdown. Sabres have scored.
They just ruined everything. Oh,
It was just a
Sabres.
Polaroid.
Sabres,
He's just running up and down the sideline, waving it like a Polaroid. Welcome to Game Day Live, where Steve's sense of humour is.
It's not my fault that people are misspelling shit. I'm trying to understand. Hey, we're doing this on the fly. We're doing this live, right?
Yeah, we'll do it live.
We're live.
We are Game Day Live.
And it's on
Right.
Game Day. Towie's a pound. What?
He's a
I'm way more than a pound.
Who are you telling?
Cats 33, Blitz 6. There we go.
Yeah, the Blitz have scored.
Oh, good for them.
Blitz finally break through with the passing touchdown. They go for 2. It's no good. Cats 33, Blitz 6. The 2-point conversion for Halton was good. So Birmingham and Halton are tied at 14-14.
Oh, wow. I was not expecting that to be that close.
No,
Oh.
neither. Not at all. Yes,
Wasn't
it's live and it shows. Did you guys ever watch like the old Whose Lines Is It Anyway, where like they'd introduce it and they'd be like, "Welcome to Whose Lines Is Everything? Whose Lines Is It Anyway, where everything's made up and the points don't matter." This is
Yep.
Welcome to Game Day Live, where everything's made up and preparation is out the fucking window.
Ryan Styles, he was well the funniest.
Oh, mate, Ryan Styles, just so dry. So dry. Him and Colin Mockery, amazing.
Yeah, that was it. They made it.
They made a mockery of everything. 2-point no good. Sabres lead 17-10 deep into the 4th. 17 points unanswered here. Donny finished 41-0 over
Tommy lunchtime.
Lightning. Looking sharp, Tommy lunchtime.
Tommy, lunchtime.
Yeah,
He got a
he's
hat.
looking
Mate,
slick.
Mate, did he? He fucking needs one. That head is looking burnt. I
can't see the pictures, but yeah.
Oh mate, he's a sharp look. He's I think he might be at a wedding or some form of event. He looks very sharp in his suit jacket and pants, but he has got a shiny fucking head. It looks slightly burnt.
Tommy Burn time.
Everything's made up in South Lincolnshire. Lightning don't matter. That is true. Fuck him. The thing is, like, I've got Oz's shit list here. It's just on Notepad.
I was going to
Have
say.
you made notes? I didn't even make notes.
I started writing down.
I just did it straight from the top of my dome as a rock the microphone.
Oh right, Mr. Freestyler. Welcome to Game Day. Welcome to Game Day Live with Poundland Eminem.
Pound? No, it was just Pound, wasn't it?
Oh, just Pound. No Poundland.
Pound.
With Pound Eminem. Shouldn't he be playing right now, Jay? No, he's given up. He got his fucking photo. He played his one game, got his photo. Can tell the kids he played football, and there we go.
Yeah.
Big return for the Renegades to the Sabres 30. This game's got it all.
Come on. How many points are they behind now, though? It's got to be 8.
They're down 7. They're down 7.
Okay,
7,
so
that's
still-
it.
17-10.
Imagine if they brought.
Come
this
on,
back.
Renegades.
Imagine if they brought this back. Siege.
If you don't win, Renegades, don't come back to Berkshire. Fucking stay there.
Fold, just fold.
Be Renegades in someone else's county.
Berkshire, if you don't win, from Steve, you can just fuck
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
You made the list.
Can't be
25-yard
Renegades.
catch and run to the 5. They're inside.
Can't be Renegades down in Kent.
Kent Renegades.
Dover. They ain't got a team. Dover, Folkestone or somewhere. Calais.
The Calais Renegades. I think that's something completely different to do with Brexit.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you play football in a boat.
Calais clandestines.
The Calais Renegades, aren't they
Calais
hiding under trucks?
smugglers,
As they come
yeah.
through the tunnel?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Fuck's sake. Just head down to Torbay. I heard they haven't got a team.
Will Reading take them again? No.
Well,
Well, they're in
they
Reading.
were the
Reading.
they changed from.
They were the Reading
to
and they changed to
Berkshire.
Berkshire, yeah.
Were they the
because
Reading Knights or some shit?
Reading Renegades.
Reading,
No,
were they
funnily
Reading,
enough.
Reading Knights is the uni
Yeah.
team and
Oh,
the flag
uni
team.
Okay.
I know the
Right.
flag team are now the Reading Devils, but
Right.
yeah. I know it seems to be loads of arguments all the time every few years, so they change everything.
Because I remember, because they were originally around like sort of early 2010s, weren't they? And then they folded, and then they came back 2017.
Yeah, I think
Because
you're right, Dave.
Ali went and played for them
Yeah, that's right.
because he
yeah.
left. Yeah. And so did both Apples.
Oh, the
and
Apple, yeah,
the
Apple
Appletons.
brothers,
Yeah.
Appletons,
The Appleton.
Appleyard. That's their surname.
Apple. Yeah, there we go. Renegades get a
Apples-
first down and spike the ball. 1 minute left in the game.
Oh my lord.
Did they get done for taunting for that?
No, Taunton's in Somerset, not in Berkshire.
Are we just doing dad jokes now?
Yeah, I'm fucking cool with it, mate.
Yeah. It's the
proud of
the Taunton Renegades.
So this
Only
is
if they
it.
lose, though. Only if they lose. If they win, the Berkshire still, according to Steve.
Yeah, this could be massive. I'm game for this. So we've
Cats
got
have scored.
11 minutes
Cats
left.
have scored again. So Cats respond with another touchdown from K.
40?
2-point attempt is good. Pass to Ben Bingham. Cats 41,
41.
Blitz 6. One of the Appleyard Bros was the Reading Uni head coach last year. I'm assuming that would have been
Asbo.
Dan. Oh, was it
No,
Asbo?
I thought it would be Asbo. I don't know.
I
Tell us who it is.
would have thought it would have been Apples, which
Yeah, I
is
don't
stupid
know.
because they're both apples, but
Yeah, one's called Asbo, one's called Apples.
it wasn't called Asbo. His parents didn't name it. We know spiking isn't stopping the clock. We
Yeah,
understood
no,
that.
we were joking about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This. Boom, boom, boom.
This is when we're waiting for score updates and we just get dry.
Yeah, I know,
It
yeah.
just gets real
We've
dry.
only got another 10 minutes.
I was going to say, and
Yeah. Well, do you want me to bring up some playoff matchups?
No.
No. Okay.
Do you want it?
Well, I mean, we can always talk about who Bristol's going to lose to when they play.
I was going to say, so the Warriors have won it. Then who comes next?
Yeah. Well. Well, you guys obviously. I imagine from what I've heard today, you guys think it's going to be Titans Warriors final.
Well, Titans are playing you, so yeah, they're in the final.
Not me. They're playing a team that I'm registered.
What?
to.
You're not playing? Are you not playing?
I won't play.
Why not?
I'm not any good. I'll play some special teams.
Hasn't stopped you turning up for the rest of the fucking season.
Yeah. I'm their biggest fan.
He got a bad leg. He got a bad leg.
Aberdeen 30. So Natalie's just corrected herself, but it's Aberdeen 37-0 over the Kings.
Is that final score?
I'm not too sure, Natalie. If you can confirm with that final score, that would be amazing.
And if you can find Clyde Valley, and if you can find,
I can find Clyde Valley. It's on the map.
The scores, I mean. For these
Well, you didn't ask for that. You just asked me to find Clyde Valley.
Oh, mate, we are. Okay,
We are
if you want to play it that way,
We are scraping the bottom of the
that's
barrel.
how we want to talk to each other. Then let's go for it.
Oh, this is it. Look, whoa, Scott, Joe Small, and 4th and 10 Renegades. This is the game. So let's just see.
Steve, I'm just putting something in the private chat. I don't know how to share it fully, but that's a link for because somebody asked for a link. Nathan asked for a link to the women's game.
I've already put a link for the women's game.
Okay, cool.
Where'd you get the Bitly link from?
Just off Twitter.
Nah, don't use a Bitly link. That's help someone.
Oh, okay.
I posted the link on Sport Tank. I'll post it in here.
Oh, I saw the update. I got excited. I've got in a minute. I've got the all-time Game Day Live Sport Tank fuck off list that we'll do shortly.
As we close out. Passing complete, almost picked, doesn't matter. Turnover, Sabres can kneel it out and win. You were wrong, Steve. Oh, it feels good.
I was close though, I mean, come on.
No, it doesn't fucking matter.
It does.
No, Southlink's Lightning were close to turning up to the game and they still fucking folded.
Didn't mean to post that. Shit.
What?
Shit.
What?
Oh, someone else posted it. Okay, cool.
There you go. So, shall I do this list before? Because we've got 7 minutes left.
Yeah, and then we'll just end it early, and then everyone's like, "Oh no!"
So this is just kind of scribblings. We've got. So this is the fuck off list. Courtesy of.
Clyde Valley been updating their Facebook page. Tebs didn't see that. Sorry.
Nothing in the last 40 minutes or so when Tibbs has been looking though.
God,
right.
How peculiar.
So
they knew Tibbs was looking, so they stopped updating.
Yeah, they specifically blocked Tibbs. They blocked Tibbs.
So Cheshire Bears, fuck off. The Source, fuck off. Swindon Storm, fuck off. Anyone else that forfeited against Northants, fuck off. DC Predators, fuck off. Blue Lightning, fuck off. Morecambe Bay Storm, fuck off. The Cumbria Wildcats, fuck off. Richard Atkinson, the Cornwall Monarchs, fuck off. Cricket Pete, fuck off. And anyone else that has upset him, they can all fuck off.
I'm not too bothered if you upset him, to be honest.
Thank you very much for.
If he did better work,
involved.
Just extra fuck offs for the O's, Exiles, Storm, the Source ×2, Presidents ×2, Crew ×2, the Thunder, Blackhawks, Lightning, Spartans, Mustangs, Raiders, and Monarchs. Fuck off somewhere else.
Fuck off. So
fuck off back to cricket.
So back to associate.
Fuck off back to cricket.
Thank you for watching Game Day Live this season. We hope you've enjoyed Game Day Live this season, ladies and gentlemen. It's it's a fun, wild ride. But yeah, it's is there anything else from you guys apart from whole system fuck offs?
No, I'll do the scores later for everyone. The scorecards, everyone always likes those. So just I don't know. Whenever.
Best of luck.
I'll probably wait until after the GB game.
Yeah, do it after the GB game. Best of luck to the women.
No, we're not back next week. We're not back this season.
That's it.
No, we're done. Game Day Live
is starting to ramp up. Tebs is starting to ramp up his rundown stuff for Uniball. I've just we just
Oh yeah,
posted the thing.
if someone wants to host that with me,
Yeah, I need to do a post.
slide in the DMs.
Also, another thing, have a look.
Don't want to host
Definitely
it with
don't
me.
want that.
Yeah, other thing. So we released.
That's on their Facebook page as well, by the way, Tibbs. You useless prick.
Why don't you fuck off? Have you ever thought about that? Big simply fucking off.
So with
Honestly, I
Uniball,
come on this show all the fucking time, and it's always just, oh, Chris, you're a fucking twat. Well,
so
I didn't do that. That wasn't
I did
me.
it. I did it.
That
I did it. Sorry, Tebs. You were saying? Yeah.
Tibbs will be back for the Uni League, and we're trying to find him a partner.
No. So there's no game day live for Uniball because it's so difficult to find scores. So we do a rundown on a Monday. So that's the difference between Uniball and Senior. This at the moment, as we hopefully we're going to get to a stage where we can get scores a lot easier. We're working on something for that. But until then, we're not going to do Uniball live game because it's just pointless.
If you were to see the private message exchanges between myself and Mikey or myself and Steve, you would know that I'm definitely top of the fuck off list.
Yeah. Right, and so just another thing. So a couple of days ago, we released a video from the Amelie Fund of us giving giving away £1,000 to the Farnham Knights under-16 team. If you haven't watched that video, please go and watch it.
National champion.
They then went on and won the national championship. This is something that we want to do more of with the Amelie Fund. It was like our first go at doing it. The video is quite funny. We actually got a blooper reel that we're going to release, I don't know, in a week or so, which is quite funny too. But yeah, just help us promote the Amelie Fund because we want more people buying tickets because then that gives, it perpetuates success, right? More people buy tickets, more money we've got to give to clubs, more money we've got to do these cool little videos. Brickball grows.
This way you don't have to pay for your own Indian jerseys. We can buy your jerseys from the Indian suppliers for you.
Yeah, we could do anything. So we've got some more stuff planned with the Amelie Fund. I'm actually going to try and get someone in to run it, not full time, but to run it dedicated. But please, go and have a look at that content. Like it, share it, comment on it, because it's really good stuff, and we just want to do a lot more of it. So yeah, that's it.
All right, Tibbs, have you got any shout outs you want to do before we round it off?
No, I'm good.
Steve, anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, so the Amelie Fund, what we just did. No,
but that was Mikey.
Nah, I'm going to be busy in the off season with all the Seahawks and Schmeider stuff. So if you're not involved, check it all out. It's all on there, and it's going to go bananas. We've got the beach flag in a couple of weeks, and
we're going to that. Me and my little family are going to that.
Oh yeah, we've got the first home international game and the Charcoal Cup that this guy named between England, Wales. What is it? England, Wales.
Did I name that?
Yeah, you named the Charcoal.
Fuck, that's a shit name.
And,
I don't remember naming it.
Because we've got the slate and the stone, they're all grey.
Oh, and I said charcoal grey. Yeah, charcoal grey trousers. Yeah.
But, that should be a bit of a giggle. And and then you're sorting out, because this guy right here is sorting out the Schmeider Cup in December on the 3rd, which is going to be wacky because
unbelievable. I've been speaking to a team about that, so yeah, we've got something very, very, very special.
Influence the game, which is going to be stupid and silly.
It's going to be awesome.
Fun. So so I've got that coming up. So there you go. Thank you very much.
I just wanted to give a quick shout out to all the teams that made the playoffs. Well done. There is no congratulations if you played all your games this season. That is the fucking benchmark. That is what expected of you. I don't give a shit if you played with 17 players. That is a detriment to this game. No, so shout out to everybody who made the playoffs. Best of luck. You can't all win, but some of you will. So pants are off. Oh, that is a terrible looking nipple. No, well done, guys. It's been great. We've really enjoyed having you here. We are Game Day Live. I'm Oz. That's Nakey, Stang, Steve, and Tibbs. Go for my puffin and custard new.
He probably meant muffin, didn't he? Who fucking knows?
Yeah, no clue. Play was autocorrect. We are Game Day
Good night,
Live.
guys.
We've loved having you guys this season, and we will be back next year. Take it easy.
Wave,
Yeah, we
Pebs.
will.
We're all waving.
Oh, bye. Sorry.
Fuck Pebs.